Hello and welcome. These are amazing scenes with the wind blowing across the ground as we are welcoming our viewers to this Dafa News match number 5, Oman versus Namibia T20 International Series. Oman cricket versus Namibia cricket. And what's really important is that bottom line on that graphic there on your screen. Series is tied 2 games apiece, makes for a fitting finale to this wonderful bilateral contest between the two nations. Wonderful scenes all across Oman Cricket Academy. We are live bringing you these pictures from Al Amrat at the Oman Cricket Academy, and straight away we would want to get down to business, and for that we'll have to go to the center where Shoaib Ahmed and Pranav Mehta are there with for the toss as well as the pitch report.
Time to flip the coin one final time at the Oman Cricket Academy with the series tied. It is all to play for. I've got the men who matter. To my left for Oman, we've got Zishan Maqsood. For Namibia, it's Gerard Erasmus. And on to my extreme left is the match referee, Mr. Wendell Lebroy. The home side, of course, is Oman. Zishan, you'll flip the coin. Tails is the call. Tails it is. So, Gerard, congratulations. Finally, you've won the toss, a very important one. What do you want to do and why?
I think we're going to bat first after seeing the previous game, sort of how the games are starting to go. It's probably a wise decision to try and put some sort of total on the board and then get that stranglehold on the opposition.
It's a fitting finale, 2 all to play for. Again, exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. These types of games that you want to play as a cricketer. You know, it's where there's a little bit of more pressure, and that tends to be the times that our guys start blooming a bit and getting themselves out of their shells. So that's what I'll be expecting from my guys today, is play a nice and hard game in what is supposedly a final.
Quick mention about the playing conditions here at the Oman Cricket Academy. How much did you enjoy that?
Yeah, very much so. You know, lovely ground, lovely outfield. We have a lot in common back home, being also more desert type of country, and to see facilities like this, it's something that we can always look forward to also try and build that in Namibia.
Team news?
We're going with the same side.
All the best.
Thank you.
Zishan, were you also looking to bat?
Yeah, definitely, because wickets looks a little bit dry, and you know, wind is also there. It's okay, but now we have to bowl first.
Tell us, how's the team morale now? 2 all. A lot of positives to take from the matches that you've played so far, but you'd want to better that in this game.
Yeah, definitely, because the right through the series we played good cricket, and yeah, and before the big tournament is coming up, so before that, playing against Namibia is good, and performing against them is also very good. So players are fully confident. Whatever mistakes we have done, so we will we have mentioned, and we are working on that, and we are enjoyed playing against them, and we try to give them a good game here today.
You missed out on 2 games. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. That's why I'm playing today.
Any team changes besides yourself?
Yeah, I think there is one more, but I don't know right now. So there is one more, I think.
All the best. Give us a good game.
Thank you.
Right, so the news from the centre is that Namibia have won the toss and they have decided to bat first. Why they have decided to bat first? Let's find that out. I've got with me my colleague, commentator, friend, Pranav Mehta. Pranav, first up, how are you feeling? 5-match series, 2 all tied up. Very, very exciting, right?
Absolutely, no two thoughts about that. What an afternoon we are going to be witnessing here at the Oman Cricket Academy. 2 all, the finale, and 2 sides that don't want to get anything wrong.
Well, yes, and I think the toss went Namibia's favour. They've decided to bat first. What do you make of that decision, considering the wicket?
See, it's away conditions for Namibia. To start off, let's see the hardness of the surface. It's very hard, and that means there is going to be grip and turn for the spinners. So there is no two thoughts about that. Oman, which favours the spin, right? There are a few cracks, as you see. As a batter, you want to be batting here, and that's where you'll be able to see all the cracks coming into play here, right in the center. And these cracks will allow a little bit of turn. And that's where it's going to be advantage Oman in terms of conditions. Quality, we've seen Namibian side, not second to anyone in terms of quality. And that's where they will like to fight back as well.
You talked about spinners and how they're going to get some purchase. I'm sure spinners like Akib and on the other side, spinners like Gerard himself would want to bowl on these wickets, and you'll see a lot of spin on offer.
Akib, yes. Zishan Maqsood, one of the top all-rounders in the world. We've seen Samay, the skill of Samay as well. I'm not sure whether he's going to be playing today, but if he's playing today, this is an ideal kind of track for him. So 3 quality spinners. I would also like to mention the name Ayan Khan. If he's in the playing attack, he would also love this surface.
What do you think is a good score now batting first in this one?
See, these are big boundaries, almost 70 yards across. Miss hit will stay in the ground. It's not going to clear. And that's where spin becomes a little more critical to play. And that's where I feel somewhere around 140 plus, 150, close to 150 is an ideal score.
140, 150 is what the ideal score is according to Pranav, and I back that. Let's find out what the teams have to do. We'll just have to wait for a few more moments for the action to begin. Before that, let's head back to our comms.
Interesting scenarios here for the big finale of this bilateral series, and of course that's the all-important information. Taking you to the lineups. First up is Namibia. JP Kotse, Malan Kruger, Gerard Erasmus the captain, the big man David Wiese, Zane Green, Jan Freilink, Ruben Trumpelman, Bernard Schulz the spinner, Dylan Leisure gets a game. Tanjini Lungamini has been impressive all throughout this series, and then of course the new Jack Brossel. Joining me in the comm box, of course, is going to be the seasoned veteran Jamil Zaidi, who will take you through the Oman side.
Thank you, Amin. Oman, Kashyap Kumar Prajapati, Naseem Khurshid, the swashbuckling opener, Akib Ilyas, Ayan Khan, Zishan Maqsood back after 2 matches, Mohammad Nadeem, Rafiullah, Mehran Khan, Samay Srivastava, the bowler who has to be seen today, Fayaz Bhatt and Kareemullah. So it will be a really fitting finale today. See, both the teams normally looks to be equally poised in all departments of the game. So one who play better definitely have an edge over the other.
Namibia have won the toss and elected to bat first, and only time will tell whether that decision holds true or not. It's been an interesting discussion out there in the middle between our 2 colleagues, Pranav Mehta and Shoaib Ahmed, and they've had an in-depth analysis of that playing surface. It's certainly going to be a tricky one once the spin bowlers are going to be in operation. Oman boasting, of course, some quality slower bowlers in their ranks.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. As I also mentioned that those wickets in the early part of the game, like the power play, sometimes used to help to the seamers. But later on, as the day progresses, the spinners have all come say something on these wickets, especially in the second innings when the wicket become more slower and become more what you can slightly soft.
As far as Namibia are concerned, it's that left-hander, Jan Kruger, who's going to be Malan Kruger, as well as Kotsia, Jan Kotsia, who's going to be absolutely key. Now, Kotsia has had an excellent game previously. They just went berserk in the initial power play where Kotsia was taking on the charge by the Omani fast bowlers. They just kept coming at him and he was disappearing. He was really making the ball disappear out into the stands, out of the ground. Anything bowled short, he was capitalizing. Anything bowled within the arc, there was a shot for it towards the onside. Prefers the onside. Kalimullah for Oman with the new ball in hand. Beats the batter straight away, left-hander. Now Kalimullah is going to be key as well. He's been amongst the wickets. He's been in good form in the series, apart from that previous match a couple of days ago, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, yes. You start very well the first delivery, moving away from the batter. And that's what he is doing nowadays. Instead of trying to generate pace of the wicket, he's trying to bowl the ball in the air, move into the air and off the wicket. And that's his key for him for success so far.
On the mark, Kalimullah as usual. So this is business as usual as far as Kalimullah is concerned. It will just be a matter of time when we see the other fast bowlers operating within that power play conditions. What do you have from the surface there? Do you think this is still a good batting wicket, although it does seem quite a little bit dry? Both the batters, both the captains, as a matter of fact, just did mention that they're going to be looking to bat first.
Edged out towards the third man boundary, the first boundary for Namibia. And it comes at the right time, 2 dot balls and a boundary.
Yeah, most certainly this was kept far away from the off stump, and obviously Kotsia is quite an excellent striker of the ball. He's already got a good match now behind him, so he's got that confidence. Have a look at that. It was within the arc and allowed Kotsia to free his arms and play that shot towards the offside. Nice cut shot, and will only do wonders to the confidence of the batters. Coming up with the fourth ball, Kalimullah at the moment.
Well, Kruger has to do a lot, have to get some runs for his team. He's totally not at all in the run chase at the moment. He must be having some runs in his kitty today to give a good solid start to Namibia.
Absolutely. Always there'll be a concern whenever there are two good swashbuckling openers. Any bowling team would want to see the back of the openers. This time on good length, there's been an appeal, a soft appeal, not interested. The keeper behind the stumps, Naseem Kushi, in this game today. So interesting, no Pratik Atavale for Oman.
Well, I don't know how this ball has been played by Coach. He has been such a wonderful batter. Just he's coming across towards the offside and try to play it onto the on. Very uncharacteristic way of feeling the ball.
Once again, this time on good length, manages to get a good bat on ball, and the ball being thrown at the stumps, ricocheting off the stumps, will allow Kotsia to rotate strike. It's the fifth delivery of the over.
Just pushed it up, and it was a soft throw by Akib Ilyas. Managed to get one run for the overthrow. And now it's Kruger, who we are like to see get Ramzan off his bat. So far, he's not done according to his structure. He's according to his stature at the moment for Namibia, scoring a lot of runs for them. But so far in the series, totally not getting the runs at all.
So good packed offside field for Kruger at the moment. You've got that first slip in position. You've got the third man out by the boundary ropes. You've got the backward point. You've got a fielder at point as well. Somebody in front of the bat at covers. You've got mid-off as well. So everything in order here as far as Malan Kruger is concerned. Tries and attacks it outside the off stump. Hint of a way swing, and Kalimullah will end the over with a dot ball, but 5 runs have already come from this. This is a mix-up now. This is a mix-up. Absolutely horrendous cricket out here. The ball had to be dead on that occasion, but then a mix-up between the batters. Have a look at that. This will probably give us a better idea as to what's happening out there. The ball was punched in front, and then Naseem Kushi, the keeper, could not collect that ball, and Malan Kruger wanted to steal a single after that particular misfield. So all sorts of things happening in that first over. Captain Zishan Maqsood not happy. 1 over gone. It's 5 for 0.
That's all extra guy. Right up over.
And it will be Fayyaz Bhatt, who has been arrested in the last match. A fearsome fast bowler, excellent comeback into the Oman national team, getting 3 wickets in the very first match, then get 2 wickets in the another match, and today's time for him to come. Down the leg side, played it out off the toes, down towards the square leg for a single. Much has to look at the Fayyaz, but today how he's going to bowl.
Yeah, now this is happening far too often. Naseem Kushi is not bending his back down, not trying and collecting the ball cleanly after that fielder has thrown it back to him. So this is something that the Oman team and the Oman coaching staff would want to just murmur slightly into the ear of Naseem Kushi, that you can't take things like this too lightly. Extra runs will always cost dearly, no matter whatever the stage of the game. Ahmed Fayyaz Bhatt coming in from the Oman LNG end. Wayward down the leg side. Ahmed Fayyaz Bhatt has been probably one of the only quicker bowlers in this Oman team setup that's able to swing the ball at the moment. And very peculiarly, the pace has gone down and he suddenly started to get quite more accurate, isn't it?
His quality is that he's trying to generate pace off the wicket. You can see he tried to deck the ball in the right areas, moving away here and there, left and right. And that's the quality of him. But of course, not that much pace as used to be.
Shaky start for Milan Kruger. He's up against Ahmed Fayaz, but this time he's punched it off the front foot towards the leg side. And this is good signs here now for finally from Milan Kruger getting bat on ball. There's something happening out there with that fielding effort here for Oman at the moment. Most of the balls are being misfielded or just thrown back hard to the person collecting it.
Today, as both Shoaib and Pranav were predicting, and I also go with them that about 140, 150 plus will definitely a very good total to defend on this wicket, which will be slowing down as much as the match will be progressing. And the spinners will definitely have a say on this wicket.
Big shot, catch it as a call, and this time at mid-off, a little bit more left to be desired here.
Well, like this time Mehran Khan, look at that one. He haven't tried to clear the ground. Miraj jumped in there, maybe a bit late, but finally got 2 runs for Kodze. He's starting the way he left in the last match, a brilliant knock of 78 runs, bring his confidence back.
And that's not good news for the Oman side at the moment. Kodse was in absolute prime form. This time slightly back of length, hitting the bat hard at the moment, Ahmed Fayaz, but now that will go down as a big opportunity missed by Mehran Khan, and especially because it has also led to a couple of runs, having Kodse back on strike. The early impressions of this deck is that the ball is coming onto the bat nice and hard, and what's going to be absolutely thrilling to watch is how the slower bowlers will now operate here, because certainly the conditions do look a little dusty. Looks dry, especially bowling around the right areas. You might probably be able to purchase some bit of turn. The quicker bowlers, on the other hand, will be looking for variations.
This time, brilliantly played over the bowler's head. 4 runs. That's the confidence he has got after playing that magnificent knock in the last match.
Once again, that ball coming onto the bat nicely, allowing JP Kodse to just swing the ball straight down the ground. Have a look at that. It was a barbaric sort of a hit straight down the ground. Behind the umpire was Ariel for a little bit of time, but he certainly knew that it was a calculated risk, and he knew that there's no fielder out there. The power play period is obviously going to be absolutely critical here. Now Kodse has had an excellent match the previous game, wherein the power play was utilized to the maximum. Once again, this time he's picked it up towards the onside. The fielder had just come off from that particular area and stationed at long on, but then JP Kodse, in that prime form that he is, once again plays that aerial shot, clearing all the infield and then making sure he gets 4 runs for that.
Shot and pulled it away over the wicket boundary. That looks like the batter who is in a supreme form. Nicely picked for the another 2 boundaries in the same over. End of over number 2. It is 18 for no wicket Namibia. Karimullah continue the second over. Once again, touch and go, but they managed to get a quick run. Good running between the wickets.
Yes, absolutely. Now the intentions certainly seem clear, and especially Kodse, he's been getting all the runs, and Kruger will be only too happy to realize that, of course, the sensibility lies in him allowing him to keep most of the strike at the moment. So this has been some excellent cricketing action here between Namibia and Oman over the last week or so. The first game, Namibia came out on top. They put up a very strong display of bowling. Not many runs were scored in that game. It was a low-scoring thriller, as a matter of fact. Punched off the back foot towards the cover fielder. The second match, on the other hand, the toss played a very important role, where Oman won the toss and then elected to, bat first, put up a total on board, and then eventually led to Namibia just choking towards the end, losing far too many wickets. Then require the third match as well. There was a stand-in skipper, Akib Ilyas, and the match went Oman's way. And then the fourth match, of course, just a couple of days ago, Namibia putting up another strong performance. Edged, and Naseem Khushi spills it. Now this is turning out to be a real blessing in disguise for Coetzee. He's been lucky for the second time in this particular innings, but at the same time, conditions and situations to worry about, events to worry about for the fielding side, Oman.
Well, absolutely. This was a sitter one dropped by Naseem Khushi. He's a tall guy. Look at that one. Very easy for him, but he moved a bit late. The ball popped out of his hand, and I'm sure that will be one of the most critical area where the Oman will be really looking up after dropping the catch by Mehran. It was Naseem Khushi. So he's not at its best at the moment.
Goes for that paddle sweep. Tries to act a little bit cute here, Malan Kruger, and once again, just be only a matter of time when JP Coetzee just walks down the pitch and reminds Malan Kruger, hang on there, buddy. You just need to play simple cricket. Most of the attacking work can be done by Coetzee himself.
This is the pressure which the batter has got, who doesn't have runs in place. So he's like trying to create some runs innovative way. This time straight to mid-off, confidently played. Today I think he might be looking for some runs. Kruger, he has been not done anything till the last match he has played for Namibia. Getting his wicket early, throwing the wicket early rather.
Well, he's been unlucky, and most of the balls that have come to Malan Kruger have been absolutely brilliant deliveries. And he'll always find himself in that situation where he's unable to negotiate the kind of shot that he wants to play. Tries to cut that, but then straight to the fielder, Ayan Khan at backward point. End of the third over. Namibia are 20 for no loss.
Fayaz, but will continue, though a very expensive first over he has been bowled, which is not really like him. The bowler he has done tremendously good work for Oman in the last two matches he has played.
Expensive in the first over, Ahmed Fayaz, but coming in from the Oman LNG end. Big shot towards the onside. There is a fielder out there for protection, but then intentions are clear from Coetzee that he's going to go hard, and I think he's got that, especially after that big confidence innings that he has played in the previous match.
Supported by dropped catch also from Naseem Khushi. He does not look in immaculate fitness, Naseem Khushi, I believe. He's a bit slow, a bit lazy today, looks to be. Not bending down completely.
There's the basics of the keeping trade that Naseem Khushi is not following on this occasion. This time just punched down the ground, mid of an action. There's going to be no run here. Malan Kruger, he'll be wanting to get a few runs. He's still looking in a little bit of spot of bother here. in this match, all throughout the series, as a matter of fact. Coming back to Naseem Kushi, of course, those simple basics that you need to follow as a keeper, especially when the fielder is returning the ball to you. You need to bend down, collect it, make sure that you have a shot at the stumps. Unable to get away once again, Malan Kruger.
He's not able to get what you call gaps between the fielders. He's just trying to play onto straight to the fielders where have been his placed, or slight angular bat he can get a couple of runs in cover and extra cover area. But of course, a man who's not in form definitely will be looking more runs for him. And that's the reason why it looks to be a little bit bowed down.
If I'm not mistaken, match number 3, he did try and step out of the crease to Ahmad Fayaz Bhatt as well as Kalimullah on a couple of occasions, only to be beaten. Once again, he just tries to step out. And what a stop that is from Mehran Khan, trying to make amends, especially after the drop catch of JP Kotsia.
The moment you said he comes up down the wicket, he immediately came down the wicket but straight to the fielder. But excellent work done by Mehran Khan, saving a couple of runs, which will be very, very critical today for Oman as well as for Namibia as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just looking for that release shot at the moment, Malan Kruger. 2 of 9. And there's always been that question whenever it comes to T20 cricket about the intent that you want to play with, about how many runs do you need to score of every delivery. Should it be looking for singles? Should it be looking for boundaries every ball? Once again, just plays it with soft hand, unable to rotate strike. Now this is turning out to be really, really frustrating for Kruger.
I think he's not timing the wells. I think he's getting difficulty in reading the balls as well. This was a slower one. His intention was to play onto the offside, slightly uppish, but the last moment I think he thinks that's better to block the ball. Good over for Fayaz, but so far.
Yeah, he's redeemed himself. 13 of the first over, and now in this over he's just picked up, or rather just decided to bowl in the right length, right line, especially against a right-handed batter. Change in field now, deep square leg in position. And that will allow him to get a single because that fielder at short mid-wicket has been removed. So finally, another run being conceded. Unfortunately, it's going to be Kruger on strike in the next over as well. So 4 overs done, 22 for no loss, Namibia.
.22 for no loss at the end of 4, and it's going to be change in voices. Pranav Mehta, and alongside me, it's going to be Shoaib Ahmed.
Thank you, Pranav. First ball, as we come into the comm box, has been nicely flicked by Kruger. A cautious start from Namibia in the 4 overs. The best part of this innings so far is that Namibia has not lost a wicket.
Not lost a wicket. Oman hasn't picked a wicket. Let's put it that way. 2 catch drops, 1 missed run out. Yes, it's part and parcel of the game, but it's the all-important finale. The 5th and final T20i between Oman and Namibia. And on the fielding standards, yes, they have not been top-notch, but it's just early part of the innings so far. Reverse. And that will result in a boundary to JP Kotze. He's been looking to be attacking throughout the series, especially in the later part, and he's been successful ever since.
Yes, he's changed his intent. That is clearly visible. Again, that T20 kind of a shot comes out from Kotze. He knows where the length is going to be and was anticipating that length and played that up and over the third fielder. So good batting from Kotze. In 2 consecutive innings, he's looked good. He's looked very positive. And that's what you need right at the top.
he's fancied himself against the likes of Kalimullah. Does realize that Kalimullah likes to bowl that predictable good length. And that's where he's looked to take advantage. On a lot of occasions he's been predictive. With that late shuffle, going back in advance. On this occasion, using the pace and angle of the tall, lanky Kalimullah behind the wicket. But those slogs in the previous game, a couple of sixes, they were the standout shots for JP Kodze.
Yeah, it does look very strong on the pads, Kodze, and that is what we witnessed in that previous game. 2 sixes against Kalimullah, if I'm not wrong. This one's been just pushed by Kodze, so he does enjoy playing those shots over square leg and mid wicket, and that is why we see Kalimullah not bowling in that line to Kodze today. He's trying to keep that outside off and has been consistent there. So after being hit for a 4, 2 dot balls on the trot by Kalimullah, decent comeback.
It's a different day. It's a fairly longer leg side for JP Kodze from this end when Kalimullah is coming. The Oman talent. And that's where I feel that Kalimullah wants him to go against him towards the leg side. He has one of those star fielders at deep square leg, Rafiullah. That's the captain. He's made a comeback in this match after resting for a couple of games. Zishan Maqsood, one of the top all-rounders here, not just in Oman but all around the world. What a player, Zishan Maqsood, the number 12.
The captain back at the helm of things for Oman in this 5th T20 international. There you go, on the pads and pulled well. That is a signature Kodze shot now. He doesn't miss out. And Kalimullah on the last ball has erred in his line and length and has been hit for 6. 5 overs bowled. Namibia are 33 for no loss.
Kalimullah wanted JP Kodze to take that challenge and heave him over on the leg side. And that's where JP Kodze replied and hit it way past Rafiullah at deep square leg for a maximum. And with that, Rafiullah, the man who was placed at deep square leg to get JP Kodze's wicket, is in attack. And he's going to be coming in from the Oman LNG end. Shot, that's gone straight up. There's a fielder coming underneath it. It's the best fielder on the ground, Zishan Maqsood. And what have you done here? The captain of the Oman national team. That was fairly straightforward. And when things are not going your way, they are just not going your way.
Well, when it rains, it pours. And that is what the scenario seems to be right now for Oman. Another simple catch drop. First it was Naseem Khushi. This time it's the captain who did manage to hold on to it. A few jumbles and tumbles and fumbles, but in the end he's dropped a sitter. At the last moment he just couldn't hold on to it, and that means it's going to be another life for Kruger. You have to feel for Rafiullah. Nicely bowled, a slower delivery this time, and very watchful Kodze. Good start from Rafiullah in this over.
But then this is what Oman have become into a side. You can have your difficult days. There are no two thoughts about it. And a professional side is one which takes those difficult days from the front. And this is what Oman has become into, a very, very strong, mentally strong side. Swept, and there's a fielder there who is going to restricting runs. Mohammad Nadeem, the experienced man at short fine. The first 5 overs have been in favor of Namibia. They've not lost any wickets, courtesy of the fielding of Oman. But most importantly, they've gathered and accumulated runs. Prominently, Kodse being the main damager. Struck straight to mid-off. The most important part is yet to arrive in this game. And that's going to be when this man, Samay Srivastava, the leg spinner, the wrist spinner, is going to be coming into the attack, and it's not going to be far away. He's been clinically good, spectacular in the previous 2 encounters. Getting the back of David Wiese in the first match that he played. In the next game, it was the captain who was dismissed.
Oh, wanted to go full. Misses the line. It's too much effort in that delivery from Rafi, and it's been called a wide. Yeah, Samay will have a role to play today, and I would want to see a lot more spin on offer from Oman on this wicket, just to see if there is some purchase for the spinners, which I feel there should be. So they've got quite a few bowling options. Zishan can himself bowl, Aqib Ilyas, Ayan Khan if he's part of the playing 11 today. Yes, Samay Srivastava is a full-time spinner. So at least 15 overs of spin is what I was expecting from Oman.
Struck just over square leg. And that's going to be a boundary towards the end of the power play. And JP Kodse is just doing what he knows best. Hitting it just over the in circle and accumulating boundaries. What a wonderful strike to Rafiullah. A couple of bounces into the boundary. It's been one of those starts which both the sides wouldn't mind. Yes, there are no wickets to show in the wickets column, but Oman wouldn't mind that because Namibia haven't got off to a flyer. Just 39 runs, 35, 36 balls, 39 runs. They wouldn't mind because the spinners will have a key role to play.
Another delivery, trying to create that angle from Rafiullah. Misses his mark and will have to bowl that again.
Just needs to go full into the stumps. I believe that Kodse would be looking to sweep one more, and that's where he can play a double bluff. A quick one into the block hole within the stumps. It could very well be a leg before. Needs to be courageous here, Rafiullah.
Last ball of the power play coming up then. Now that's a fair delivery and will be a fair delivery. End of the over and the power play as 6 overs come to an end. Namibia off to a sedate but a solid start. 40 for no loss.
Powerplay. Thank you, Hari. Bowling left arm round.
So 6 overs done, 40 for no loss. As it It is going to be some spin on offer as expected after the power play overs. It's going to be Ayan Khan coming into bowl. Cut away for a single. Not much turn so far on that first ball.
I believe that majority part of the turn will be on offer from the other side. That is going to be the Oman LNG end. And that's where it's going to be tough. There are lesser cracks comparatively from this end. Good bowling by Ayan Khan. The arm ball. He's added this to his armory. And that's an intelligent ball.
Oh, another reverse hit. And has it gone all the way? Yes, oh, that's a clinical hit. Too much timing on that. And with the wind blowing in that direction, that ball just went and kept on sailing. So another very good hit from Kodze. And 6 more added to the total.
What an incredible strike. Predetermining. Using the pace of Ayan Khan. He's bowling fairly quicker today. And that's where he's using the pace. If you look at the flag, it is blowing. The wind is blowing in that direction of the 6. And that's where it's an advantage to JP Kodze. Would have wanted to see Aqib Ilyas bowling from the Oman tail end. JP Kodze. Yes, that's the flag. And if you look at that, it's blowing in favor of JP Kodze towards the area where he hit the maximum. And it's a fairly strong breeze, Shoaib.
Oh yes, it's a strong wind, and that is why you saw Kodze trying to go for that shot. It's a less risk, more reward kind of a shot, because even a mistimed hit will clear the fielder who's inside the 30-yard circle. So sensible batting. Now the fielding has not been up to the mark from Oman. They've dropped a few chances and catches. Let's have a look at those 2 chances that were dropped. First, Naseem Khushi with that catch behind the stumps, and then Zishan Maqsood was at mid-off. This one was in the air and just couldn't hold on to it. I'm sure he'll be very disappointed with that.
It happens. It happens on those difficult days. One of those difficult days in office. Although, to my point, both were regulation catches, weren't they? Had to be taken at this level. All said and done. Those are things of the past, incidents of the past. What Oman needs to do here is to regroup and get things right.
Oh, very close to the leg stump, and what a great judgment from Rahul Asher. He knew that the batter shuffled from his original position, and that's why, even though it's down the leg stump, he's not given that as a wide. So well done, Rahul Asher. 7 overs bowled. Namibia 48 for no loss.
How close was that to leg stump? Last one. Last one. Over leg stump. Last ball.
So the trust and pace continues. There are 2 types of captains, one that loves spinners, one that loves pacers. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Virat Kohli. Can we compare Zishan Maqsood and Aqib Ilyas to them? Aqib loves spinner. He's a spinner. Why wouldn't he? And Zishan Maqsood loves his pacers. Shoaib?
Yes, he does. He believes in their skill and ability, and they have more often than not delivered in this series. If you talk about Fayaz, but he's bowled well. Mehran Khan has bowled really well. Catches the call. He does have that have those gentle variations. He's sometimes a little quick, a little slow, so that does play on the mind of the batters. Not able to time him as much as they would have liked. So yes, Zishan does believe a lot in his bowling attack. I think that's been the strength of Oman the Oman team in general.
I agree, Mehran has done no wrong, except for this occasion where he's taken apart, and he's taken apart by the man in form, JP Kodze, hitting him through the line over long on, and what an incredible strike that is.
Yeah, that's a very good hit. Not a bad delivery, but just believed in the bounce of the wicket and went with the shot. Kodze, he's looking really good and dangerous for Oman. 46 already for him. Coming around the wicket for the left-handed Kodze. That is a much better delivery.
Yes, that's a much better delivery because he's very, very strong on his leg side. And that's where Oman needs to believe that a little bit outside the off stump is the ideal place to be for JP Kodze. Into the wickets. This is where the experience of Mehran Khan comes into play. He's going to playing a lot of those double bluffs. He's going to be playing with the mind of JP Kodze, and that's exactly what he's doing here at the Oman Cricket Academy. It's the all-important finale, the 5th T20i. That's a catch, and that's put down once again. Mehran is devastated. The final delivery. What's happening here with Oman? 8 overs gone, 56 for no loss, Namibia.
You don't want to catch.
Ayan Khan. Big heave. There is a fielder there who is just going to be a spectator. Kruger has joined the party. Won't be wrong in saying that he's landed into Oman a week back and he's arrived today. The Namibian team arrived a couple of days back. And with that, it's going to be none other than Amin who's going to be joining me. What a way to enter into the party.
Absolutely. Now, Kruger has been itching to go for some big runs, and this is no better way to probably get into a little bit of form himself. The slower bowlers, and then probably a little or no turn on offer by Ayan Khan, making sure that Kruger had that incentive to go big and go downtown. Another one. This time he's on one knee, and once again it's going to be just a spectatorship role here for that fielder at the boundary ropes. Another maximum for Kruger.
Kruger is really in boundaries. He's unleashed at the time when it matters the most. On this occasion, not a lot of power, just showing it the area where he wants it to go for a maximum over Samay Srivastava. Probably indicating the Oman captain, it's time to bring him into the attack. 2 back-to-back sixes for Kruger. And he's joined the party here, along with JP Kodze. What a start here for Namibia.
What's really important to note here is, of course, each of these two batters have provided chances to Oman to pull back into this game. At the moment, still the run rate not reflecting the kind of form that Kodze is in at the moment.
He's looking for a boundary almost every delivery here. Does realize that Namibia are well in control of this game if they can keep going up at it for the remaining 11.5 overs. JP Kodze, 46 of 31. Kruger has joined the party with those back-to-back sixes, 20 of 20 for him.
Yeah, now somewhere down the line, Namibia can be satisfied with the results. Works away towards the onside, another single, and this is what's going to really hurt at the moment for Oman, and that is the rotation of strike after a boundary or two in the very first couple of deliveries of the over. What's really important also is that Oman really need to think about their options as the keeper. Of course, Naseem Kushi can give you those extra runs up top in that batting order. Charging down the track, taking that aerial route, right-hander Kruger has probably gotten a signal or two from that dugout saying that you probably need to get going from here onwards.
The most important part that I like about this Namibian side is that Kruger was doing the watching game from the other end while Kodze was enjoying those maximums in the power play. And as soon as the power play finishes, Kodze is happy to rotate the strike while Kruger does the damage. 9 overs gone, 72 for no loss Namibia, and they are well in control of this game at the moment. So it's going to be Samay who's going to be waiting while Mehran gets another opportunity to get an edge of JP Kodze. Believe that's another edge. Or wasn't it? What do you think, Amin, here?
Now this is, I think, really, really close, and Mehran Khan has been in prime form ever since the series has started. He's looked very gullible, he's looked very, very interesting, and then at the same time, he's not being backed by the keeper. This was a chance gone down. Tries to go for that reverse sweep, a little bit of cuteness here from JP Kodze. It's going to be by signaled by the umpire due to the fact that he wanted to go the reverse sweep way, but a boundary nonetheless for Namibia. 76 for no loss at the moment.
Man of the match on the previous encounter, believe it was the third match, and today he's having a day to forget. Naseem Kushi. He's dropped probably three catches if I'm not making a mistake. Even the run out, I believe it was Zishan Maqsood, but he had no business being there. Considering the man with gloves just next to him, he had to be taking the responsibility.
What's interesting is, even though those 4 byes have gone down, those gone down in the account of the keeper, Naseem Kushi. So at the end of the game, I'm probably most certain that the Oman management will have a huge report card in which it would mention that they are not happy with that. Big shot towards the onside. The fielder is interested, and this is some excellent work here out there in the deep by Ayan Khan. And more often than not, T20 cricket all around the world has probably helped in upping the standards of the fielding and providing you visuals where fielders do acrobatics and interesting stuff like this.
When things are not going your way, you need the name on the boundary line. At long on, his name is Ayan Khan, and he was well placed there. What a wonderful catch. First to grab it, and next to keep his eye in, keep that balance in, and make sure that mental presence makes sure that the ball is taken within the playing area. What a wonderful grab by Ayan Khan. And it is the danger man, the man who is just 2 away from his landmark, who's going to be walking back. JP Kodze, 48 of 36, and Namibia are 1 down on 76. With that, it's going to be drinks at 76 for 1 in 9.4, and we will take a breather as well.
Two leg. Yes. That's a two leg.
If you're an Oman fan and you're watching the scoreboard right now, yes, it's a difficult outing for Oman at the moment. 5, probably 6 chances have gone begging. And it's just a ball back when Ayan Khan grabbed that wonderful catch at long on to make things happen. Can Oman continue the momentum in their favor? It's only time that can offer an answer to that. I mean, 10.2 overs left in the first innings. What do you think we have on our cards?
Absolutely. Now, what's going to be very interesting to see is what the slower bowlers of Oman have on offer. You've got a new man in and at an unusual position. Jan Freilink has been sent to keep that left-hand, right-hand combination. And Mehran Khan will be very interested at the moment. He's just completing his second over at the moment. And with the form that he is in, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a couple more to do as well. But then it's the question is when the slower bowlers are going to be introduced. You have Zishan Maqsood as an option, Aqib Ilyas as an option. Samesh Srivastav is a premier spin bowler.
This is one of those wickets where spin will have a huge role to play in the remaining part of the match. And we will be seeing that happen very soon. 10 overs done, 76 for 1 Namibia. This is where it's a break or a make time of the match for Oman and Namibia. And the man on your screen, Samesh Srivastava, he's an extreme in terms of a character. And that's why I say make or break. Swept well between the gap. And that's gone all the way, believe it or not. The very first delivery of Samesh Srivastava has been slog swept by Kruger for a maximum.
Yeah, now he's finally got some few big shots under his belt and looking much more confident here. And whenever you want to gain a little bit more confidence, I think a couple of games back you did mention to get back into confidence, you might always want to play the sweep whenever the bowler is on top of you. Now, Samesh Srivastav does not like being hit for runs. The way he's going to come back is going to be very, very interesting. Is it going to be a quicker one? Is it going to be a flipper?
Had to be the flipper. Had to be the flipper to stop the sweep. And this is where it's going to be a very, very interesting encounter. Samay is one of those kind of bowlers which can be very, very extreme. He can make or break a match. On his day, there is no bowler better than Samay Srivastava. And there are other days when there is nobody on the other extreme. Googly. Freilink is happy to rotate the strike to Kruger, who is looking to be very destructive at the moment. It is all about Trumpelman, isn't it? He's the one who decided to play the sweeps. And that's where he was very effective. Kruger taking a page from his book at the moment. Slog sweep. This sounded very, very sweet. It's kept traveling. It's gone onto the roads. And it's still going further. Order for new balls right now here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
That's a shot and a half here from Malan Kruger, and all of a sudden he's finding that meat of the bat very, very easily at the moment. Samesh Srivastav just trying a little bit too much here in the slot, and Malan Kruger does not hesitate to go for that slog sweep option. It's always available for any batter there. And what a big hit that was onto the roads, and that's quite a fair distance away from that center of the pitch. So good runs here finally for Malan Kruger in the very last game of the series, and especially what's really more worth noticing is that it's a crunch situation for Namibia at the moment.
Just a while ago it was 18 balls, 7 or 8 runs for Kruger. And if you look at the stats right now, 24 balls, 34. He's accelerated and he's accelerated very quickly. 4 maximums in the process, 2 of which coming just now to Samay Srivastava. Who were the other two?
There was one of Ayan Khan, I believe. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of them to Ayan Khan in a couple of overs ago. Now, Samay Srivastava. Catch it is the call, but this time he's drilled it down. Will it beat the fielder? Kalimullah is a little bit tardy, trying to fetch that ball, and hence Malan Kruger is going to fetch himself another boundary. Now this is an onslaught here from the Namibian batters.
Samay Srivastava would be believing that he's coming from the wrong end with the wind against his favor. But all said and done, there is no excuses at this level. He's leaked 18 in the 5 deliveries and he has a ball to go. And most importantly, he has that man Kruger against him for the final delivery. 18 of the over, make it 24. What an over that is for Namibia. 24 runs from that Samay Srivastava over, and I believe that's the only over that Samay Srivastava would be bowling. 100 is up for Namibia as well, and this is a brilliant start with 11 overs up surpassed.
Siapa Kip?
Aqib Ilyas will come into the attack and believe this is the end where you need to be a spinner bowling from the Oman LNG end. The wind will come to your assistance.
Catch it.
That struck well, and Kashyap will do brilliant to keep it down to 2.
Yeah, some athletic bit of fielding here from Kashyap Kumar Prajapati. Now Aqib Ilyas has got to do a little bit of damage control here. 24 runs of the previous over from Samay Srivastava, and Malan Kruger is looking in destructive form. There's a new man out there, the left-hander Freilink. Around the wicket to him, he too wants to go for the slog sweeps and the big shots here. And probably he's been promoted up the order. Normally it would be Gerard Erasmus around this time at 1 down, who would come in and try and steady the ship, because more often than not you would find Malan Kruger back in the hut, including JP Kodsia, who only in the last encounter here did manage to get a few runs to his name.
Believe it's going to be a high scoring thriller here at the Oman Cricket Academy, because it was JP Kodse who enjoyed himself. Kruger is enjoying himself at the moment. Outside edge, and it's going to be a single to get Kruger off strike.
What's really good here is that 104 for 1, and surprisingly they're not really striking as efficiently as they would like. Normally when you're having a 24-run over, you would probably expect your team to have a collective effort of nearly 10 runs and over. That scoring rate should be in excess of 10 runs and over. Surprisingly, because of a few good overs, especially by Mehran Khan, and then there was a very good over, I believe, in the middle as well. Big shot this time, once again, just going down on one knee. The ball is travelling, but will be collected. And what a brilliant effort from Mehran Khan. Aqib Ilyas, come at the hour, come at the man. He's managed to strike once again for Oman.
Yes, he dropped a catch previously in this innings, but what a wonderful time to take a catch. Oman is looking to make a comeback here into the game, and Mehran Khan looking into the sun. It was a struggling catch. He was struggling for a second and two, and towards the end you would see him fighting for his side, and Aqib Ilyas celebrates. What a time to pick up a wicket here. Namibia 105 for 2.
It's going to be Captain Gerard Erasmus who walks out to the center. And finally, it's some interesting bit of shuffle that has happened. Jan Freiling came in first, and after the departure of the right-handed batter, it's going to be the right-handed captain Gerard Erasmus. So probably a thing or two here in terms of strategy, the left-hand, right-hand combination, just so that they can counter the slower bowlers of Oman.
To the champion side, no two thoughts about it, and that's what we said at the pitch report. Spin will have its role to play, and Namibia has encountered them very, very well. 12 overs done, 106 for 2, Namibia.
Right arm over to you.
Middle, please, Ampy.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah, that's middle.
Thank you.
A good over will be rewarded because Mehran Khan, who managed to take a wicket to his name in the previous over and has now figures of 8 for 1 in his 2 overs, will be rewarded with a couple more, most certainly. Joining me in the com box is Shoaib Ahmed, evenly poised still, I believe, because Oman, after those couple of wickets, seeing the back of the openers, have finally clawed back into the game.
Thank you, Amin. Yes, I think still a lot of game available for Oman to come back into the innings here. We've seen historically there have been a few collapses from both sides batting first, so you can hope, if you're an Oman fan, that a few more quick wickets will put pressure on Namibia. But the way they've batted in the first 10 overs, it was really commendable, thanks to some poor fielding as well from Oman, which helped Namibia's cause. But overall, as you rightly pointed out, Amin, it's game hanging in the balance so far.
It's been those small pockets, or rather small overs, that have actually helped Namibia reach such a mammoth score, especially in the 12 overs, 107 for 2. A couple of overs ago, when Samir Srivastava was in operation, 24 runs have leaked in that one solitary over. And then after that, Aqib Ilyas pulled up a very good over. Then there was Mehran Khan, who came back. His punches towards the offside. Kashyap Kumar Prajapati is stationed out there, only a single.
Mehran has bowled well. He has bowled in the right areas, and especially considering the fact that he's been bowling to the left-hand, right-hand combination, he has had to adapt his length as well. He's done that beautifully.
Just tries to cut it behind point. A lot of work there by Rafiullah to do, because Aqib Ilyas was just a spectator there as he saw the ball just pass by him. Couple of runs. Erasmus is off the mark. What's really important for Oman right now is not to allow the Namibian batters to settle in out there in the middle. Try and keep changing and keep hard fields, bowl the right areas, hard lengths. Always keep them thinking.
Just very watchful. Erasmus plays it towards Nadeem, who's at long on. So from here on, Namibia will be looking to get anything around 150, 160. If they can do that, I think it will be a very good score. We saw yesterday or the day before, in fact, in the 4th T20 International, 164 runs were scored by Namibia, and they defended that score successfully. Catches the call. That's a very good shot. Knew exactly where the fielders were. Up and over extra cover. Not trying to hit it too hard, just timing it well, and gets 4 runs.
Yeah, probably why Jan Freiling was sent up the order, just promoted one spot more than where he usually bats at, and that's probably because he's an excellent timer of the ball. He made sure that he got the elevation right, cleared that fielder, Mohammad Nadeem, on that occasion at mid-off, and gets 4 for himself. full, and once again it's driven, and once again Mohammad Nadeem will watch that ball pass him dejectedly, and Jan Freiling gets another 4 to his name.
With this angle, it's a lot easier for Jan Freiling to exploit that gap over mid-off and extra cover, and I think they've missed a trick here. Expensive over, as Namibia are looking great at the moment, getting better with every over. 13 overs bowled, 119 for 2.
चल आकिब चल जल्दी कर चल शाबाश
Archibilians to continue, greeted with an expansive drive down the ground. Only a single. What are the options Oman has at the moment? Of course, you've Archibilians in his second over, just a second over. You've got Zishan Maqsood, who would probably hold himself behind to bowl due to that injury that he's just coming back from. Big shot from the left-hander, Jan Freiling. Catch it is the call. The fielder will pounce that. Kashyap Kumar Prajapati does not miss many, especially when he's stationed out there in the deep. Archibilias strikes and gets the second one.
Well, he definitely has that X factor, Akib, with the ball, with the bat, always wanting to contribute. This time slower in the air and trying to go big. Finds Kashyap Kumar, who does really well. A lot of control shown in that catch, as Jan Freiling now will have to walk back. Wicket number 3 down, Namibia, 120 for 3.
Come on. Take the place. Ready, kaptan. Aaj piche ho tuhi. Shabash, bhai. Ye thanda. Mama. Thanda pani. Accent like a BSF one. Abba, kyo? Kalim bhai. Huh? This leg stump, please. Leg stump. Thank you.
Experienced David Wiese makes his way out to the centre, and if you're Namibia, you probably want these two to be batting out there, especially when a flurry of wickets have fallen. David Wiese and Gerard Erasmus will have a little bit of resurrection to do. Not that they needed 120 for 3 at the moment, Namibia. Over the wicket to the new man, David Wiese. Akib Ilyas has managed to pluck 2 wickets out of nowhere, and what's really important is he's not given too many runs as well.
Yes, this is the time, this is the opportunity for Oman to now pull their socks up and make sure that they're ready for what's coming in the next few overs. It is going to be a lot of aggression from Namibia, and what that does is that creates an opportunity for a wicket as well. So if you're on your toes, if you're anticipating, you will be able to bounce back as a team. It's a very good ball, a googly from Akib Ilyas. Very watchful David Wiese, and that is a way to get off the mark with a single.
Yes, a couple of dot balls, and you do see the first signs of the ball keeping a little bit low, probably with the variation that Akib Ilyas has on offer, the back of the hand delivery. Another one, just trying to go for that googly. What an effective over here from Akib Ilyas. 2 overs, 8 for 2 is what his figures read at the moment. 14 gone, 121 for 3 Namibia.
Round.
Just leg stump, please.
Leg stump.
Thank you.
Shabashani.
Captain Zishan Maqsood from the Oman till end, and one just makes you wonder that this ploy is probably to get Samir Srivastav to the other end.
Well bowling.
Bowls it into the block hole,
Shani.
not giving enough room to David Wiese to free his arms, and that's going to be absolutely critical, because in this series itself he's shown that he can certainly make the difference. Tries to go for that sweep shot and finding himself in trouble, Gerard Erasmus on this occasion, struggling to reach the non-strikers, and quick single being taken.
Finally, Zishan has brought himself, and he's mixing it up nicely. So Zishan definitely is a champion player. He does like challenges. He's brought himself when two of the best batters of Namibia are out there in the middle, Rasmus and Wiese, and they are looking to accelerate. And Zishan says, "I'll bowl in this tough situation and try and get a wicket." An appeal, but that impact is clearly outside off. Rahul Ashar is not interested. Leg by signalled.
And it's probably that's an effective ploy against somebody like Zishan Maqsood or anybody who's trying to get the ball into the right-hander, and that's to probably just take a step or two outside the off stump, try and shuffle. Punched off the back foot. They're trying to go for that second run but won't get it. Was played quite a little bit softer than expected. David Wiese. They'll want to get their eye in for at least another over here and then go for the big shots. Having said that, of course, they do have the ability to go for the big shots at any point in time. Cut off the back foot, another single. So very effective over here where the strike has been rotated, and both the batters certainly getting their eye in. At the same time, Zishan completes a good over, 5 for no wicket in his very first. Namibia 127 for 3 in 15.
चलो चलो जल्दी 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 है गेम में थोड़ा ये बाहर है ओके 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 ओके
Rewarded with another over, Aqib Ilyas.
ठीक है
And he's been probably given a good
कबा क्यों
job description at the moment, and that's to make sure that he gets important breakthroughs for Oman at any given point in time.
रेडी रही शाबाश
Yes, he does like to contribute, like I said, with the ball, with the bat in the field. He's always very involved with his side, is the vice captain of the team. When Zishan is not around, it is Aqib who leads the side and does a pretty good job at it. What he needs to do now is focus on the remaining 10 deliveries that he has to bowl.
बॉल यार
Smacked straight down the ground, no chance for Ayan Khan, and if he doesn't have a chance, I doubt anybody else does. That was hit really hard by Gerard Erasmus and in the gap as well, and that's gone for 4 important runs.
Yeah, once again, this time it was in the slot, and Gerard Erasmus wanted to take on that fielder, especially Ayan Khan, who was positioned quite wide in terms of his positioning.
ओ वेल बोल्ड है के वेल
Tries to go for something similar, but Aqib Ilyas this time just tries and varies it, pulls back the length. And you can hear straight away from that stump mic that Gerard Erasmus really wanted to go for that big drive. Unfortunately, it was pulled back by Aqib Ilyas. Once again, trying to step down. He goes the aerial route, and this time he shall clear Ayan Khan at long off. So maximum here. And finally, Aqib Ilyas too leaking runs. At the same time, Gerard Erasmus getting into the act of scoring a few.
Yes, they need these quick runs, and that is why David Wiese holds the key in this first innings now. Erasmus is playing an important role as a leader. He's leading the pack, and they'd expect David Wiese to fire in the remaining 4 overs.
So finally, trying and getting a stronghold on Aqib Ilyas. the Namibian batters. Otherwise, he has kept them awfully quiet all throughout. A little bit of fumble. What's really important and probably a standout difference today has been the approach and fielding for Oman. Having said that, 16 overs have gone past. 140 for 3 Namibia at the moment.
Shani.
Shan continue to bowl. It's a good batting so far from Namibian batsmen, spearheaded by Kodze and Kruger, and now it is Rasmus who is looking great at the moment. Onto the back foot, played it out towards the long on. Joining me in the com box, Pranav Mehta. Pranav, 141 for 3 is still almost 4 overs to go. I think they might be looking around 160, 170.
Thank you, Jamil bhai. If they get somewhere around 160, 165, they will be fairly disappointed. 24 balls approximately, 22 to be exact. If they get run a ball from here to 165, that will be way below par from where they are at the moment. I believe they'd be looking for something in excess of 180. At the minimum, 175. 10 runs per over from here.
Well, really pathetic fielding by Oman led this score to be done at the moment. At most 5 catches has been dropped. Quicker one from the Chan Maksud and doesn't collect it properly by this tall man.
It can happen. It can happen to any side. We cannot be judging a side based on one of its match performances. They've been thoroughly a standout team in this tournament. They've stood strong, and today they have had an off day. Not saying they are on the losing side. I believe this is a very, very good batting track. We've probably misread it. We expected this to be a 140, 150 kind of a game. And we will come back to that. With 3 overs to spare, Namibia are 145 for the loss of 3 wickets. Has to be Fayaz Butt. Has to be Fayaz Butt who comes into the attack from the Oman LNG end. He's one of those premium pace bowlers, especially in the depth. Jamil bhai, what do you think will be a score on the mind of the Namibian primary think tank? Both are in the middle. Gerard Erasmus, David Wiese.
After this delivery, pulled it away, but not properly played on. And they go quickly for the 2. Good save from the fielder at the deep fine leg. I think at the moment they're looking for 170, I believe, to be on the safe side. Though there's good comeback from Oman. 2 wickets for Aqib Ilyas, but still both the batters looking in great form, especially Erasmus, who's being among the runs throughout the tournament.
It's going to be checked. It was a decent effort. Oh no, that's touched the boundary line. That's touched the boundary line, and it's going to be 2 poor runs conceded from Oman. So this will move closer to 150 at the moment. If they want to keep it under 170 or even around 170, they have to have the back of this man, David Wiese. Struck mightily strong. It is Ahan Khan catering that boundary. Long on. It's an action area.
So 150 now for Namibia. Still 2.4 hours to go. And this man, Wiesman and Rasmus, looks to be in great touch at the moment. Wiesman proved brilliantly in the last match, played a superb all-round performance for his team.
16 balls to go. In the arc that struck, and it struck mightily very strong. Gerard Erasmus, the captain of Namibia, he has the muscle behind and he's executing it to perfection here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
Perfect timing, picked it up nicely in front of the wicket. Look at that one, just came a bit forward, picked it beautifully from the meat of the bat over the long off for a brilliant long on for a brilliant six.
Look at those muscles. He's executing them, putting them to good use. 6 valuable runs. Short and wide. Won't get runs on this occasion. 11 runs of the first 4 deliveries. 156 on the board. Just 14 deliveries to go. Jamil bhai, your experience. 14 deliveries. What are we looking at? The experience of David Wiese, the experience of Erasmus as well.
Spot on. They don't have any pressure now. Actually, the runs they were looking for almost they have got. So whatever the runs they are getting now, I think it's a bonus for them. And of course, putting more pressure on the Omani batters to come to chase that total. Our 170, 175.
Slow bouncer, over point. There is a fielder protecting that area in terms of Mohammad Nadeem. There'll be 2 valuable runs to Gerard Erasmus.
Today, Fiaz Bhatt is not looks to be in supreme form as it was before. The first over cost him 13 runs. The second over was of course bowled very well, but the third over gave up so many runs. So today things are not at all looking good for Oman. Even the fielding is also a part of it.
You want to win such kind of a days, don't you? Slower in the block hole. And they're pushing. They won't be pushing for the second. Erasmus wants to keep strike, and that's what is going to be happening. 18 overs gone. 159 for 3 Namibia.
So Rafiullah back into the attack at the time where balls have to be saved for Oman, not to give leverage for the Namibian batters to go beyond 170, 175 in the next 12 deliveries.
Surprised not to see Kalimullah. Struck well into the wind, in the gap, and some good running will allow them to get 2 valuable runs. David Wiese, the tall man with tall legs, long legs rather, covering the ground very quickly.
Time for the bowlers to bowl in the block holes to save the runs for Oman at the moment. Any full deliveries, full pitch deliveries will not do good, except for the balls in the block hole.
That's poor. Starting out with the maximum, but something that is even more unworthy. It's a check for a no ball, I believe. There was an initial call, if I'm not making a mistake, of a no ball.
Is it boundary 4 or 6? Can you confirm, please?
Possibly, but nicely played over the extra cover for the maximum, I believe.
So 7 free runs to the Namibian side, and the confirmations are yet to flow in. Rahul Asha. being in the mix of the things in the center. 50 plus T20Is, experienced campaigner. He's been flying the flag of Oman high all around the world in the empowering criteria.
Yes, of course. And every match definitely give more experience. Not only the umpires, for the players who are playing, whether it's a batter or it's a bowler. But of course, it is a difficult job as an umpire. But to stand up in 50 plus matches is absolutely a good, fantastic record. I'm looking for the, whether it was the maximum.
I believe that's gone all the way.
No, I can't TV. When it goes to TV, he has to confirm. Okay, thanks.
Looks to be crossing the fence.
It's an ball. Criminal in this format, especially, rather any format whatsoever. And it's going to be a free hit to follow.
Sometimes when the day does not belong to you, everything goes against you. This is what I think happening today. As far as the fielding and bowling is concerned for Oman, right from the onslaught, the catches were dropped. Couple of good overs.
That struck mightily. It's traveling all the way. Another maximum for Gerard Erasmus. He's looking on song here at the Oman Cricket Academy, and he's looking to capitalize to this wonderful start that Namibia have gone. 174 on the board, and he is continuing to swing the bat still further.
Brilliant, brilliant, absolutely. Look at that one. Once again, picked it up beautifully from the bottom of the bat rather, but still so much force. Leaving the fielder standing on the long on, jumping, but couldn't save that particular maximum. Is still, for now, how many? 10 balls to go. And it is 174. Not a good over for Rafiullah at the moment. After 22 runs in the almost second over is in progress for him.
Wouldn't be wrong in saying they would be looking at that 200 mark. That struck mightily once again. We are struggling to see where the ball has gone, but I believe it's gone for a maximum. Such is the occasion here at the Oman Cricket Academy. New set of balls have been ordered by Rahul Asher. It is Gerard Erasmus who's gone for a maximum, and that's his 50.
What a way to go. Poor delivery. Full toss. Beautifully dealt with. Hats off to the cameraman's work. Look at that one, how nice he has collected that one. Look at that one in the air. And what a way to get 3 sixes in a row.
What is the prize money here? It's the Ramadan tournament.
Looks to be, yes, with the flurry of sixes in each over. Looks like that. 3 successive sixes in 3 balls. And this is the second ball to be changed in this game so far.
The power of Gerard Erasmus has come to party. 50 of 24 deliveries. What wonderful striking from Gerard Erasmus. And David Wiese is having the best seat in the house at the moment. The non-striker's end. And he's happy to be applauding his teammate, a fellow friend. What a wonderful team effort here. Backing one another.
Starting with the opening batters, give a very good start for Namibia, and then followed by Kruger come back into the form with some maximums he has played.
In the previous match, it was Gerard who was appreciating. Pulled well. There is protection there in terms of Samay Srivastava. And with that, it will be Gerard Erasmus getting off strike. And Rafiullah will take a sigh of breather after those 3 maximums in a row. But tell you what, it is going to be the danger man, the mammoth, David Wiese, who is going to be coming onto the strike with just 8 deliveries to go. What does he have to offer?
Well, I think his job has been done so far by Erasmus. So he might be looking for a couple of singles to give him more strike.
Struck well. The fielder will not even try to move. It is Mehran Khan at sweeper cover. It was so mightily struck by David Wiese. No chance whatsoever.
Look at that one, beautifully played towards the extra cover. No one there, it's totally gap in that area, cover and mid-off. So nicely executed by Viz, following his captain. Onslaught of 3 sixes in an over, and now he's now looking for the first boundary. It's still a long over for Rafiullah. Still one more legal delivery to go for him.
How good is your math? How many runs in this over? Full toss. This is going all the way. This is going to the road once again. No, it's just falling. Maximum for David Wiese. He's come to the party as well, as he will be requesting for a no ball check. What a wonderful over for Namibia. 191 on the board, and there is still an over to go. And Namibia are cruising at the moment.
What an over for Namibia it is. 30. Perhaps the most expensive over apart from Seven Srivastava was given up 24 runs in the first over.
24 is cheap when you're talking about 32. Rafiullah. Slower delivery, over covers. It's party time. Gerard Erasmus is on song. The Empire will get into action to check whether that's gone all the way, because the power of Gerard Erasmus has come to the party. Over covers.
Absolutely brilliant. Too short and maximum use of it over the extra cover for the maximum.
How did he get it there? The power of Gerard Erasmus has come to the party here at the Oman Cricket Academy, and he is enjoying home conditions away from home.
But it was too short. He has got all the time in the world to play with the full force of the bat. That's what he did in the last delivery.
He's almost predicting that Fayaz Bhatt is going to be bowling the slower delivery, and he's waiting for it. Cut. And the diving effort from Mohammad Nadeem will keep it down to 1 and get that mighty strong, the experienced, the man who is so famous in the subcontinent conditions, especially for his performances in the franchise cricket, David Wiese. He has so much of fan following around him. David Wiese, 22 of 15. His fans want to see a few big ones here at the Oman Cricket Academy. What a wonderful wicket to bat on. 200 almost being approached. Shot and wide.
This is the pressure on the bowlers. When you are going to hitting so mercilessly, all the bowlers, especially Fayaz Bhatt, who was in good form, but today most of the bowlers bearing apart Aqib Ilyas. They have not bowled according to their stature, according to their requirement, what they have to bowl under the conditions we are having today for Oman. All credit to the Namibian batters who batted superbly. Everyone not taking any pressure, playing full, free and full for sure cricket at the moment.
Won't be wrong in saying that they had a little bit of assistance from those lapse chances. 199. 200 will be approached, and it'll be courtesy of a wide from Fayaz Bhatt. What a landmark to be achieved. 200 on the board. Anybody who started this match or was around would never have guessed the way 200 would have been approached, considering the way the series has gone. They were struggling to get to 100, 120, and here 200 has been achieved with 4 balls to go.
Well, yes, it really will be a daunting task for Oman to chase, but anyhow, it's all cricket, we say. The way the Namibians are batting, we hope that Oman batters will have to bat in the same fashion and same way.
That's in the air. There is a fielder who is going to be not in contention. Mehran Khan asking for one shot. Might not be given here. All said and done, it's going to be Gerard Erasmus, the captain, who's going to be on strike. 59 of 27 deliveries. He's devastatingly dangerous here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
Only thing to see how much these 3 balls will cost Oman at this moment. Each run will definitely adding more pressure to Oman's batter.
Shot.
Just waited. Nicely played over the cover point boundary. 4 runs. Too short. All the time he's got. Waited for the ball to come. Picked it over the cover point boundary. 4 runs.
Yes, using the pace. Even though it was a slower delivery. Just over the short third. And Mohammad Nadeem had no chance whatsoever in cutting that off. So runs are continuing to flow. If you're an Oman fan, you wouldn't mind this onslaught from Gerard Erasmus and David Wiese, 2 famous personalities, because what you're going to be witness is some carefree batting in the second innings. Free-flowing stroke making from the Omani batters with the required run rate starting in excess of 10 runs. Over covers. Opportunity put down. It's been that kind of a day. They were looking for a 2, won't get it. Samay Srivastava being the culprit. Butterfingers. It's the month of Ramadan.
Look at that. It was almost, I think he could have taken. He tried his best. Look at that one. Comes, took it, but spilled down. 6th catch of this inning so far.
6th, maybe the 8th opportunity. 8th chance of dismissal.
I have never seen that pathetic fielding from Oman, believe me.
It happens. It's just a difficult day. Leg cutter. It was bread and butter for David Wiese. He was waiting for it. Believe that's gone all the way once again. We'll wait for the signal. Yes, it's gone all the way. So what a way to finish it. We wanted David Wiese to hit one big one, and that's what he's got on the final delivery of Fayaz Butt and the first innings.
Look at that, onto the back foot this time over the square leg boundary for the maximum. So 212 runs has been posted by Namibia in 20 overs. Wiese 29 now total. More than spectacular knock from Erasmus. 64 of just 29 deliveries. Not a good day for Oman in the field as well. All the bowlers has been beaten like anything except Aqib Ilyas. Otherwise, every bowler has given runs. It's Fayaz, but you can never thought 50 runs in 4 overs. It's really a poor batting, or rather bowling performance from Omani bowlers.
Yes, the Oman bowlers did have a tough day in the field. JP Coetzee started things, 48 for him. Milan Kruger joined the party when Coetzee departed, 45 for him. And then it was the man Gerard Erasmus who stayed not out on 64. And along with him was the experience of David Wiese, who stayed not out with him on 29. 12 extras did assist.
Nothing to talk about the bowling of Oman except 2 wickets for Aqib Ilyas on 21 runs and 1 wicket for Mehran Khan. Otherwise, all the bowlers, inclusive of Fayaz, but given a 50 in 4 overs. Rafiullah 2 for 39. Nothing to talk much about that. It's 212 for 3, 12 extras. The Oman has to have the target of 213 to win this match. A daunting task for now. How you feel and how you protect it.
Yes, we are going to be talking about that, but it all started with JP Coetzee, who rided on his luck, but he was happy to be playing his shots. Continued his form from the previous games, and he was happy to be striking and playing some innovative shots against the Omani pace attack. In came the spinners, and they enjoyed the spinners as well, and that is where Kruger came into the party. Ayan Khan was taken apart with 2 sixes, and Coetzee continued doing what he does the best, trying to take out the pace attack. Wonderful catch was required to dismissing him, and that's what was done by Ayan Khan at long on. And after JP Coetzee, it was Kruger who took on the spin attack. Especially it was Samay Srivastava that leaked 24 run over. There were some maximums which were really long, and Kruger enjoyed his party in the center. One man who was very less expensive was Aqib Ilyas. He did get a wicket courtesy of that wonderful catch by Mehran Khan at deep square leg to depart Kruger. And ever since that, it was that party that kept flowing. The runs, they were here to make a difference, and that's what they kept doing. There was a lot of variations offered. Wickets for Archibilias, 2 of them. The second one was also caught at the boundary lope, and he celebrated that. But after that, it was the party of the captain and the experienced David Wiese, which continued the onslaught against the Omani bowling attack. Boundaries everywhere, and that partnership kept on flourishing. Maximums on offer. Mistakes were offered on consistent basis. Innovative shots were put into action, and every bowler took a liking of the Namibian powerhouse in terms of Gerard Erasmus and David Wiese. They were striking and striking clean. Boundaries were on offer on each direction that you could think of. Short third, covers, straight, mid-wicket, square leg, you name it, they got it. And boundaries kept on flowing. And finally, it is 212 runs that Namibia, a mammoth 212 runs that Namibia have got. And we will take a short break. On the other side, it is to see if Oman can get 213 to seal the series, or it is Namibia who's going to be sealing it home.
Hello and welcome back. It's the grand finale, the fifth T20 international. First innings is done and dusted between Oman and Namibia, and that is how the first innings panned out. Namibia, batting first, have managed to get to a mammoth total of 212 runs. This is a very good total and the highest in this series from Namibia, 212 runs. And guess what? They lost only 3 wickets in the process. That means almost everyone contributed for Namibia. Right at the top, it was Kodze who started off well, scoring 48 runs. And in the end, it was some brilliant batting by David Wiese to get them to 212. And Gerard Erasmus also contributing with the bat. Now, that's the bowling card for Oman. Well, only 2 bowlers could get wickets. Mehran Khan got a wicket and Aqib Ilyas was the pick of the bowlers, getting 2 wickets to his name. All the other bowlers were expensive, were wicketless, and were less than ordinary. So the 2 openers are back out there in the middle for Oman. The Namibian team is now all set and giving me company in the comm box. My name is Shoaib. With me in the commentary gantry is Pranav Mehta. Pranav, welcome.
Thank you, Shoaib. What a day. A day that Oman would remember for a very long time. And it could be 2 ways to remember it. 1, go down fighting. 2 is the way that I would like Oman to remember it. A day when the batters could tell the bowlers, you have done a good job to restrict them to 2-1-2, because this is a better track than that. And that can be done by chasing the score down. It's going to be the captain who will come into the attack immediately. Gerard Erasmus, he has the runs on his back and the confidence on his back. And he will come in to the attack immediately. Swept. And that will get Kashyap Kumar Prajapati off strike and open the account for him. This is the man that is going to be very critical, very important. Naseem Khushi. He's got runs in this series. Didn't start the series for Oman. Came in the 3rd game and he scored runs. And scored runs very quickly.
Oh, smart bowling from Erasmus. I think this is great captaincy. First up, he's decided to start with spin. Secondly, he's brought himself to bowl, so he's taking the onus and responsibility. And thirdly, he's bowling from the right end. He's bowling from the Oman LNG end, which is bowling against the wind. That's a very good shot. Naseem Khushi has smacked that one. Too much width on offer. That angle around the wicket was working, but this time he's changed that angle and Naseem Khushi has taken on Gerard with a boundary.
This is what you get with Naseem Khushi. Yes, it was bowled behind the wickets from Gerard Erasmus to keep it as slow as possible to Naseem Khushi. And he liked it. Brilliant wicket keeping. This is what you get with a full-time, genuine wicket keeper. Could have so well been 5 wides. He's bowling the different kind of a ball, something that you saw in the domestic league by Akil Khan. The one which comes from the finger, using the seam, angling it away from the right-hander. And that's what Gerard Erasmus is doing at the moment. The away swinger.
With the new ball, with the seam up, you expect that to happen. Not much turn with the new ball, and will be a dot ball to end the over. Decent from Namibia after the first over. It's 7 for no loss.
Next time. Thank you. Only right arm over.
David Wiese, the man who has one of the most number of fan followings on the social media, considering this game. He's been a star in those franchise cricket arena. Incredible David Wiese. And he would have done himself a favor with that catch in the previous game. That's gone straight up. There's a fielder coming underneath it. There's a fielder coming underneath it. And that's a wonderful save or not. Might have been a boundary there. It was a brilliant effort to start off with. And I'm not sure whether it's going to be 4 runs. Trumpelman was the fielder in the process.
Well, that's a very good attempt. Yes, it was in the air with the wind, so very difficult to judge as well. Ruben Trumpelman was very watchful, eyes on the ball, holds on to it. Now the question is whether he has touched the ropes before he releases the ball or not. He was going to touch the ropes, and that's when he's let it go. He threw it at his partner as well. Had he been aware, he could have taken the catch, and that would have been a wicket, but not to be. So he's dropped the catch. It's going to be a fair delivery and not a boundary, and a life for Naseem Khushi.
So an applause for Trumpelman. Struck well. Very elegant. Kashyap Kumar Prajapati, but we'll need something really special. A rabbit out of the hat from these Oman openers if they are looking to chase this mammoth, massive, incredibly huge 213 runs to win. What do you think, Shoaib? Chance? Oman? Tough one?
Yeah, it is going to be tough, but it's not impossible. If yes, no, oh, direct hit would have been game over. Naseem Khushi had given up. That's not great running. Not great running at all.
Oh yes. They were looking for a single, and that hesitation would have made it really interesting. Even without the hesitation, it was a tough one for Naseem Khushi. He trusted the call of Kashyap Kumar Prajapati, and a direct hit would have sent him home. His wicket is of prime importance here in this all-important finale. The 5th T20i. Oman versus Namibia. Struck. And this one's travelling. This is what he can do. This is what he is going to be doing this evening. This is what is expected out of Naseem Khushi. Maximums, quick runs, and he's delivering hit here at the Oman Cricket Academy when it matters the most.
Well, that was a poor delivery from David Weezer. On the pads, you can't be bowling that to Naseem Khushi. He's hit that, and he's hit that cleanly. Beautiful shot. Just very, very elegant, and behind that, at the same time, a lot of power as well. Quick hands from Naseem Khushi. And David Weezer has bowled against Naseem Khushi enough to understand that this is not where he's supposed to bowl.
You can't be doing something like that to a man coming from Pakistan in the month of Ramadan when tape ball is at its premium, and he would have played a lot of that in his earlier days. Struck once again, and this time it's going to be a misfield that's going to be allowing Naseem Khushi to get off the strike.
Yeah, one more run added to the total. They need to have a good power play. That's what is needed. So in the first 6 overs, they have to make sure that they get to at least 60, if not more, without losing wickets, preferably. But the intent has to be very positive from both the openers. You can't be relying on Naseem Khushi alone to give them that start. Big appeal, and the finger goes up. Rahul Asher has raised the dreaded finger, and the first wicket falls for Oman. It's Kashyap Kumar Prajapati walking back, and David Weezer striking in his very first over. 16 for 1 after 2.
So what a wonderful delivery from David Weezer. He was expected to pick up wickets. Angling into the right-hander, the Kashyap Kumar Prajapati not moving his feet, and he's going to be walking back 16 for 1 at the end of 2. One man's loss is another man's profit. Kashyap Kumar Prajapati is going to be walking back on this wonderful, beautiful batting paradise here at the Oman Cricket Academy, and in walks the vice captain of the Oman national cricket team, Aqib Ilyas, the elegant Aqib Ilyas, and so much would be expected, so much will be wanted from the bat of Aqib Ilyas this evening. At least 100 is what his team would be looking at, his team would be eyeing at if they're looking to chase this massive 213 runs to win. What do you think, Shoaib?
Well, yes, Aqib Ilyas needs to fire today for Oman if they want to get to that total of 213 runs. It's going to be Brussels to start off the third over. Young cricketer, first ball and attack, says Naseem Khushi. Great hand-eye coordination. That's what Naseem is known for in this part of the world. Flat batted hit all the way for 6.
I've seen something similar from the bat of Naseem Khushi, but that was at Pakistan school when he played the tape ball. On this occasion, it is at the Oman Cricket Academy and he is taking Brussels apart and the Namibian attack. He's not looking to show any kind of remorse. He has come with the intent, it's do or die. And that's exactly the intent you want when you're chasing 212 and it's working in favor of Oman. Wouldn't mind Naseem Khushi. He has the liberty, he has the license, and he has the cushion from, rather the confidence of the captain. And that's what matters.
That last ball did keep a bit low. You saw Naseem trying to go for another big hit.
He's a very elegant striker. Looks really good when he's striking straight. Has those fast hands. Those strong wrists come into play.
I've liked the way Brussels has bowled so far. He's been hit for a 6 on the very first ball, but he's hitting the right length. And now he's growing in confidence. I like the way Gerard has given him this responsibility.
Across the line on this occasion to deep square leg. Shoaib, different kinds of approach. One that Kashyap Kumar Prajapati has. Second, which Naseem Khushi offers. And third, which Aqib Ilyas has to offer. First one, elegant, stylish, Kashyap Kumar Prajapati. The second one is Naseem Khushi, the butcher approach. Something that McCallum used to offer. Just break the bowler apart. And the third one, intelligent cricket, using angles of the field, Aqib Ilyas.
Will land safely. Yes, very valid point there. They all three, as you mentioned, are very different in their approach. And that is what T20 cricket is all about. You have to bring different styles of play all together and hope that they can work like a well-oiled machine and bring out the same objective or the goal that is set for the side. And in this game, it's chasing those 212 or 13 runs. Doesn't matter what way or approach you take. The only thing that counts is the runs.
That's gone straight up and exactly behind the wicketkeeper. And Naseem Khushi is going to be doing what he's doing best, collecting runs. And that was the final delivery of the third over, 28 runs. And they've got off to a flyer, especially of the outside edge of Naseem Khushi's bat. 28 for 1 Oman. One thing that you will be getting this evening is going to be fearless cricket from the likes of the Omani batters, because they're chasing a mammoth score. They will need a boundary almost every over, rather probably more than a boundary. And that is where Aqib Ilyas is so important.
Goes upish, goes over the extra cover and goes all the way. Aqib Ilyas gets his first boundary and Trumpelman has been put on the back foot on the very first ball of his spell.
It is the holy month of Ramadan, and what Oman is known for is a lot of tennis ball night cricket. Here we have some elegant stroke making at the Oman Cricket Academy from the likes of the Omani batters. And he's going to be continuing doing that, this time over long on, almost towards the cow corner area. Aqib Ilyas is in a hurry here. Back-to-back boundaries for Aqib Ilyas.
Not the best of starts from Trumpelman. Too full and on the pads. Easy for somebody of the class of Aqib Ilyas to just time it over long on and take 4 runs. So back-to-back boundaries and pressure straight away on Trumpelman. Third ball of the over coming up. Goes up again. Uppishly played in the vacant area towards the mid-wicket. They're looking for the second and will get them comfortably.
They're in a hurry here, the Omani batters. They do realize that this power play has a really important role to play in this run chase, and that's where they need to make the most of it. Probably somewhere around 70, 75 would be an ideal kind of a start, chasing a massive score. Try to bring the required run rate close to 10. Right now it's at 10.61. And he's continuing to swing his bat at almost everything here. Aqib Ilyas does realize that if he can make a merry till the 6th over and get Oman off to a flyer, you never know. It's anyone's game. This is the kind of approach that they are preparing, they're building on towards that big, big trophy that they're looking at, the World Cup. Shot pulled. There is fielder, there is protection, and it's wonderfully fielded. David Wiese, there was a deviation in my opinion, and he did well to hold on to it, saving 3 runs for his team.
Well, the super Spider-Man, David Wiese, again giving us his this glimpse of what he has in him, that reflex action. Look at that one-handed. What's with him and one-handed takes? Another brilliant save from the tall Namibian star.
I feel he's aging in the reverse direction. He's getting younger with the passing day. David Wiese, take a bow. Trumpelman, who dismissed Naseem Khushi in the previous encounter, is bowling from the Oman tail end. And Naseem is looking to be watchful here. 4 overs done, 40 for 1 Oman.
After 4 overs, very good. This. Right over.
So 4 overs, 40 for 1. Naseem Khushi giving them the start that they need. 25 of 12 for him. With him is Aqib. And with me in the comm box, my name is Shoaib. I've been joined by Amin Wagle. Amin, welcome. First 4 overs. Good start for Oman.
That's something what you as a spectator as well as a supporter of Oman would want to see. 10 runs and over and plenty of fireworks, especially off the bat of Aqib Ilyas and then Naseem Khushi as well. And it's come at the right time. It's the big finale of the series, this bilateral Dafa News T20i between Oman and Namibia. David Wiese with the ball in hand. He's already bowled 1 over. Still managing to keep it a little bit tight here, David Wiese, because Naseem Khushi has been finding a liking to the pace coming onto the bat, as well as Aqib Ilyas, not shy of taking the big shots, making full use of the power play.
That is why David Wiese is varying his pace. We saw that first ball was a Yorker. This one just pulling the length back and a little slower as well in the air. Now bowls a short delivery, a bouncer. So mixing it up.
not only a bouncer, it was a slower bouncer. So possibly got Naseem Kushi by surprise, and he managed to do a little bit of damage control there. He was already charging halfway down the wicket. So only a single. Now David Wiese to Akib Ilyas. Akib Ilyas really likes taking on this bowler at the moment. No, says Naseem Kushi to that single. So fairly quiet over at the moment, and this is going to be important in the context of the game.
Yeah, did manage to keep things tight, David Wiese, in this over.
.172 required of 92 at the moment. Goes for a big drive down the ground, wants to take that single, taking on that fielder at mid-off. Akib Ilyas is living dangerously at the moment.
A risky run, but he's managed to make it home safe and sound in the end. Brings Naseem Khushi on strike, who's had the better of David Wiese whenever they've come against head-to-head against each other. One more ball to go. Expect a big hit from Naseem Khushi.
Most certainly it's on. I think it's on. You've got a fielder down the ground at long on, but there's nobody covering that cow corner mid-wicket. Up and over the fielder inside the circle, and Naseem Khushi will fetch a boundary now to end this very, very good over from David Wiese. So finally some runs in this particular over. 5 gone, 46 for the loss of 1 wicket, Oman.
Yeah, 4 legs, deep square, please.
So one more over to go in the power play, and this is where it's more like a make or break moment. Beautiful venue this, the Oman Cricket Academy, right amongst the hills of Muscat on the outskirts in Al Amarat. Lovely to be here as always, and some great hospitality shown by my co-commentator Amin, taking us for dinner.
I hope you like that, along with the families. And Oman has always been as hospitable as ever. And I suppose the Namibians would agree as well. They've put up some good performances all throughout this last week over a period of 4 matches, and now this being the 5th. What Oman really need at the moment right now are towering sixes. Something like the mountains against that big backdrop, and Akib Ilyas not fetching a 6 but a boundary on this occasion. He did manage to go over the top, over the infield, but it's a favourable result.
Yeah, again, just too full from Trumpelman, and in the slot as well. This is the 3rd boundary that Akib has hit against Ruben. So he's definitely not bowling at the right length. We want to pull that length a bit away from Akib Ilyas. That's much better, but this is even better shot offered from Akib Ilyas. Just a swivel and then a short arm jab or a pull, and he's played that in the gap as well. Has it gone the distance? Well, let's find out.
Well, betcha. It has gone the distance, and Akib Ilyas is always strong towards the leg side. He's got that uncanny ability to clear the boundaries whenever given the opportunity to free his arms, and he's proved that yet again. So a maximum here from the bat of Akib Ilyas. 10 runs already of the 3 deliveries that Trumpelman has bowled. It's the final over of the power play, and somewhere down the line both these 2 batters realize that a score has to be chased down. 156 runs needed of 88 balls. 10 runs and over, a shade above 10 runs and over is what's required. So this is by no means an easy task. Shot, and once again managed to get a little bit of bat onto it. Guides behind the keeper. David Wiese is out there on at fine leg, who was positioned a fair bit more wider than required. So a single now on the fourth delivery. Intentions are clear from the Oman batters. They're really going to go after the bowlers here from now onwards. The pitch has a little bit less to offer now for the quicker bowlers. Would be very interesting to see what the slower bowlers do. Once again, a fair bit amount of shot. Catch it is the call. A diving effort won't have the fielder reaching the ball under any circumstances. Another single conceded. Now here from this trumplement over, proving to be a tad bit expensive. Not what the captain has actually wanted.
Yeah, the intent is very positive from Aqib and Naseem, but they need to be a little wary of the fact that a wicket here will put them on the back foot, and they need to also take responsibility, because the way these two have batted, they've shown some fluency in their batting. It's not the same with the likes of Zishan Maqsood and Ayan Khan, who have struggled a bit, who've not been their usual self. Quick run taken, so that's why it is even more important that Aqib and Naseem stay there as long as possible.
And what's really important is not only stay there at the crease, but to keep the scoreboard ticking. That's very important as well. It's not about just staying there, staying put and protecting your wicket. It's all about the intent of how to amass runs as quickly as possible, so that the batters next in will have it easier. Charging down the track and a big shot down the ground. Naseem Khushi is in prime form with the bat all throughout the series, ever since he's walked into this Oman side since game number 3.
Well, what a way to finish off the power play on a positive note, dancing down the track and hitting one straight down the ground. 6 overs, 66 for 1.
And finally, this is something that's going to be a make or break event in the course of this match. End of the power play, and Scholes has been brought in immediately. The slower bowlers will most certainly have a major impact on the course of this game.
Well, the spinners will play a role today. We saw Aqib Ilyas getting 2 wickets, rolling his arm over, and Scholes will want to get a few wickets to his name as well. The second innings highest score that Oman have ever managed to get to is 190 runs against Canada, and that game they lost by 1 run. So that's the maximum that they've scored in the second innings. So if they manage to get to 213 today successfully, it will be a record-breaking run chase for Oman.
Not a major task as far as Oman is concerned, especially because 190 and 213 are not that far away if you would actually have a look at it. Of course, over a period of time, the nature of the surface has changed. The nature of the bowling attack that was there available with the Canadian team, as well as now with against the Namibians, is far more different. Just a single now. He'll want to just get a good look at what Scholes has on offer at the moment using that surface. He's come bowling in from the Oman LNG and the same end where Aqib Ilyas did manage to pick up a couple of wickets. Darting into the right-hander, only a single.
Talking about numbers, Oman have managed to score 200 plus. When batting first, they've managed to get to 220 against Bahrain. That's a good hit. Again, dancing down the track and fetching it from outside off. He's launched it. It's a ballistic hit for 6 runs. And Naseem Khushi, in fact, it's, yes, Naseem Khushi on fire.
What a shot this one is. Taking his chances. He knows that it was a fair bit short and into the slot, well within his arc, especially if he comes a step or two down the wicket. Naseem Kushi strikes big whenever he does, right in the middle of the bat. He's got that long levers there, putting it to good use and making sure that he clears the fence. So still on track here, even after the power play restrictions have been lifted. Oman truly cruising at the moment, and very important is going to be the role of this man Naseem Kushi out there in the middle. 44 of 20 at the moment, striking well above 200. Once again within the slot, but this time watchfully played, asking for the second run, but it's going to be only a single. Supporting role by Aqib Ilyas is going to be absolutely crucial.
Sensible batting from Naseem, a single taken after hitting a 6. Now Aqib wanted a single, denied by Naseem Khushi, and rightly so. You don't want to lose a wicket in pursuit of a single. 7 overs, 76 for 1.
Left arm over.
76 for 1, and it's a change in the bowling for Namibia. It's going to be Lungamini, Tanjeni Lungamini, who was the player of the match for Namibia in their first win in this series. I think he got 4 wickets to his name. Can he repeat that performance today? First ball.
Very tricky bowler to get away with, Tangamini Lunga. So Lungamini has been bowling absolutely in great, and especially in the right channels. The first game in which you did mention that he got the player of the match, there was conditions favoring swing bowling, and he managed to beat a few left-handers on that occasion. If I'm not mistaken, Zishan Maqsood was one of the wickets. Big shot towards the leg side. Once again, that flick of a wrist here. He's got absolutely rubber bands for some of his glove work that he provides out there. Aqib Ilyas managing to get another maximum.
On the pads again, just very easy to use the pace on offer from Lungamini and guide it towards deep fine leg. So 6 more runs for Aqib, as Oman are looking good at the moment in this run chase. 83 for 1. Pressure on the Namibian bowlers.
This time much better line and length, but then a little bit of confusion of yes and no between the fielders as well as the batters. Eventually it's going to be resulting in a single conceded, and Namibia will have to pull up their socks here not to provide any sort of room or luxury to the Oman batters, wherein they are allowed to rotate strike at the moment. Where Oman has probably lost in the first innings is in that phase, in those phases in the first innings is where they've put down catches, a little bit of slackening, a little bit lethargic approach in their field work.
Played with soft hands. Wanted to play that or work it towards a square leg. Unable to do so.
He's got a big role to play up, Naseem Kushi. 46 of 23 now. He's already played a blitzkrieg of an innings where he literally was the solitary scorer in that third T20i just a few days ago. He was adjudged the man of the match for that big innings. Tries to go a little bit cute. Tries that paddle sweep. Stranded midway is Akib Ilyas. Gone for all money. And believe it or not, he's finally going to end up taking that single eventually. So a bit of luck here for Naseem Kushi as well as Akib Ilyas especially. Lots of things happening out there in the center. This turning out to be an exciting crunch match.
Yeah, it does look a little exhausted out there in the middle, Naseem, because you don't see that kind of a shot. He's such a clean hitter straight down the ground. But on this occasion, he wanted to use the pace on offer. That run out would have been second for Akib Ilyas. Was run out in the previous game as well. Now another throw at the stumps. But no direct hit. And another single taken. End of the 8th over. Change in the voices as well. After 8 overs, it's 86 for 1.
Ninth over. Sir, Pani, no towel now. No towel now. Come on, Sushi. No towel now. No towel now.
Well, well, a great comeback by Oman. Going well, but still short of the run rate required. But absolutely brilliant innings from Naseem Kushi, batting on 46 of just 24 deliveries, and Akib giving him the support we is looking for. And in come Pranav Mehta. So looks to be a very, very good and crunch match at the moment.
Yes, no two thoughts. If you're looking to be chasing down a mammoth, massive, incredibly huge, 213 to win, this is the kind of a start that you want. Brussels will come back to the attack. And Naseem Kushi is looking to cut loose. Don't think I'm going to be doing justice by saying that he's looking to cut loose, because he's been going all berserk against the Namibian pace attack spinner, whoever comes into the attack, and his sixes have been massive, huge, towering.
Well, this is all he has to do. Pranav, I think, is doing the right thing. Just attacking right in the first ball he came. His game is like that. He never bowed down. And today he's doing what he's exactly asked to do.
Looking to swing across the line, getting the thicker inside edge towards deep square leg. That'll allow him to get off strike. In my opinion, yes, he's done well to start off with. 47 of 25 deliveries, but this is the base. This is just the base. I'm a very firm, strong believer that he's a way more incredible batter in comparison to his wicket-keeping skills.
This time
Struck.
into the air, over the clearing the ground over the long off boundary. 4 runs. How now it's easy for him to play on. Now we only talk about his batting. Wicket-keeping part has been done. Now the time has come to recover what has been left out in the wicket-keeping.
Back of length. Akib Ilyas, bread and butter. Just over mid-off. One of the easier shots from the innings of Akib Ilyas. What I wanted to say, Jamil Bhai, is that when we are talking in overall context, he's a brilliant batter. He can make into any side just as a genuine batter because of his power hitting capabilities, striking capabilities. And that is where he will have to do a little more justice to his batting. He needs to play those longer knocks. These cameos, 47 of 25, if he gives it away from here, will not do justice to his talent. He has huge potential, in my opinion. And that is where he will he will have to execute bigger knocks, massive, 100, 125, 140. He's capable of getting 150 as well. Look at the start that he's got. 25 deliveries, 47 striking at almost 200. if he can get to somewhere around 100, 120, it'll do so much good to the Oman side, wouldn't it?
Well, I would even like to do that one, but only thing is that you have to keep your patience in. The way he's playing now, I think today he played more sensibly than the last match because the total was not that much. 101 was not that we can not be chased. But today, yes, it is a daunting task, but he's coming up very good, chasing that 200 plus runs from Namibia, doing very well. Just 25 deliveries, 47 runs being scored. So as Akib Ilyas. We do have some more smashers there in the name of Rafiullah is there, Mehran Khan is there. So
What
of
about-
course,
What about Zishan Maqsood?
absolutely yes, he's also one of them. But I'm talking about the smashers who are going for the six. Zishan a bit confident batter. He comes in to play a couple of deliveries, then start playing his own game. But Rafiullah, of course, yes, is the man who can change the things for Oman. Currently, these two are doing the job.
They'll go for a quick single to make sure that Naseem Khushi is on strike. There is a little bit of treatment for Akib Ilyas just prior to this delivery. Oman requires the services of both these batters who are looking in prime form. They both have got a brilliant start. 40 apiece for both these batters. Even though 47 of 25 for Naseem Khushi, it is Akib Ilyas who has come in at one drop and taken over. Looking to paddle. And will get a single there.
Well, runs has to come in any way, whether you paddle out, sweep it out, come down the wicket, over the head of the wicket keeper as well. Runs are the one which is more important at this moment. And I think both of them playing some excellent cricket, some cricket shots, of course, yes. Slogging is also there. But so far everything coming in their favor right now.
It's incredible. I was doing the pitch report and I was saying there's a huge boundary, 70 meters. And miss hits are going to stay in the play area. No miss hits. Everything has gone apart. Massive, towering sixes from both these sides. And such has been the day on this fifth T20i. 9 overs done, 95 for Oman, and they are in the chase.
Come this side. Naseem. Yeah. Right arm over. Jackie.
Now in comes the wicket-taking captain Rasmus. Came at the right time where he has to block the runs flowing from the bat of Akib and Naseem Khushi. He's done his job as a batter for his team. Now time has come for him to bowl out.
What an incredible start so far. Struck straight and hard down the ground. Erasmus. So much is expected out of him. It's an absolute belter. Nothing for the bowlers except for the fact that the boundaries are really big. And that's the only advantage that the bowlers have. Interesting field. Looking for a big one. Won't get it on this occasion. A thick inside edge onto the pads. And a single to get off strike. Naseem Khushi quietly moving towards his 50. And the reason I say quietly is because everything till 45 was boom, 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 boom. All around the ground. And ever since it has been in singles.
Today, as you're talking about the boundaries, 70s, they are carried out towards the deep extra cover. Today, boundaries, I think, maybe 5 meter more, 75. The number of sixes have been played today. It was absolutely more than 75 meters.
Such is the talent of these modern cricketers. You cannot take it away from them. 98 on the board, 49 for Naseem Khushi. Landmarks, milestones all round. That wide will keep Naseem in the hunt for his 50. So 1 run for both these milestones. 99 on the board for Oman. They've just lost a wicket and they are well into this run chase.
Yes, they're doing exceedingly well, both of them. Dead ball there. Whatever the milestone personally, but now time has come for the performance for the team. But they are doing so very well, both Akib and Naseem.
Smiles, smiles all around. Oh, that's silly. That's pretty much silly. That smiles is going to result in the downfall of Naseem Kushi, who is looking devastatingly dangerous. And in the search of that milestone, Oman has lost its 2nd wicket in terms of run out. An absolutely unnecessary run out that is going to result in Naseem Kushi walking back to the dugout.
The thought we are talking about, look at that one. Naseem Shushudi didn't even saw towards Akib, who was not at all interested in this run. What a suicidal run out for himself, for Naseem Kushi. And that's also the drinks now. Oman 99 for 2. So was a disastrous run out for Naseem Kushi and a severe blow to Oman's task to get these 212 runs. He was playing so well, hitting like anything. Unfortunately, he was run out, disastrous run out. So it's come down to time for the skipper, Zishan Maqsood. I remember his innings he played in Scotland against Canada. Similar situation, 86 he scored with the help of 9 sixes and 3 fours. So today I think time has come for to show the same class for Oman.
You remember that innings? I remember the innings that he played probably against Bahrain when he scored 100 and Oman was able to get to 220. Although that was on the first innings.
They were batting first at that time. But
Yes.
now the things are a little different, you know. Pressure is on, almost 11 runs and over is required from here on.
Here are the stats. 102 not out of 44 deliveries, 9 sixes and 7 fours.
Brilliantly bowled by Rasmus. He's really such a smart off spinner. Quickly bowling the ball within the wickets. Quicker ones. Away from the batters. Difficult for batters to read it out.
This is the first time the required run rate has gone over 11. The onslaught was in progress from Oman. Bowling from behind the wicket. He's a tough cookie. The captain of the Namibian side, Gerard Erasmus. That's the halfway mark. And at the halfway mark, Oman are 101 for the loss of 2 wickets. So that's the batting card so far. Naseem Khushi, 49 of 28, 45 of 25 Aqib Ilyas. Kashyap not able to contribute, and Zishan Maqsood has just walked in. It's one of those opportunities for Zishan Maqsood to shine along with the vice captain who is also on slong. And when you're talking about the bowling card, David Wiese, that 1 wicket to his name and a run out. And apart from that, everybody else has been expensive. Jamil Bhai, your thoughts on that?
Absolutely, yes. But once again, there's a lot of hard work to do for Namibia. They could not take the things easy. Yes.
Lungamini is going to be coming into the attack. He's been one of those standout performers for Namibia in this series, especially with the ball. He's kept things tight. He's been economical. And look at that first over, 9 runs. It's a good over considering the required run rate is just around 11.
He bowled his out all through the tournament so far. Lungamini, very, very good effective bowler, thinking bowler, not giving chances for the batters to hit, changing the variations time and again.
Something in favor of Namibia, the wind towards the leg side of Zishan Maqsood right now has slowed down. And he's looking to take the attack towards the Namibian side, and he will start off with the boundary. This is the area that he favors, the leg side, using the pace of Lungamini all along the ground. Even the diving effort at short fine couldn't stop it.
Well, there was not a good feeling at all. He just tried but couldn't stop the ball, though it was a bit far, but hands could have stopped that one. But anyhow, 4 runs has come all the way for Oman at the moment. Struggling.
It's an absolute delight for the Omani fans. And it's a delight especially because it's one of those matches where you would be able to see free-flowing batting of the Omani batters. They're not looking to hold back on anything. They're chasing a massive score. And if they are even to get closer to it, they will have to play out of their skins. They'll have to play their A game. They'll have to play their premium potential knocks here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Their home conditions in the all-important finale. What a catch. What a catch. Believe it is the likes of David Wiese at mid-off. And he's held on to that catch of the captain of the Oman team, Zishan Maqsood, and he will have to walk back. What a strike.
Absolute brilliant catch from this man. Look at that one. Jumped in there, took it brilliantly. Now he's coming up after the last match. He scored an all-round performance. Then that spectacular catch. And today now he's taken the wicket of Zishan Maqsood. Caught brilliantly by him. 106 for 3 Oman.
Oh, sorry.
Zishan Maqsood has departed and in walks Ayan Khan. It's a big opportunity for Ayan Khan. He'll need to play that free-flowing knock to keep Oman into the contentions. 11.46 is the required run rate. He doesn't have any time whatsoever to settle in. He'll have to keep going from ball number 1, and to stop him from doing that, it's the player of the series with the ball in hand for Namibia, Lungamini. Cuts and cuts well, wide of third, and it'll be a single.
Well, I think one batter has to stay on the wicket while the other batter has to go for it. Like Aqib Ilyas is there, he's seeing the ball well, hitting the ball well, so he'll continue his onslaught, while Ayan Khan has given him some good support, and in between getting some boundaries will definitely add good to the total they are chasing for.
I feel they'll have to keep going. With just 9 overs to go in this innings, over 100 runs to required. They will have to make sure that runs come in fairly quickly. With that single, it will be Aqib on the strike for the next over. 11 overs done, 108 for 3 Oman.
Great responsibility on Aqib Ilyas now, how to take the things for Oman from here on. He is a brilliant player, match winner for so many times for Oman. And we're talking about Ayan Khan, who is also match winner for so many times for Oman, but now today things have been totally difficult now.
You need one of those premium knocks. Skulls coming in. Edged. This will be runs for Oman. And it'll be runs as many as 4 runs. Even the diving effort from David Wiese is not going to be restricting that edge. And that'll be 50 valuable runs for Aqib Ilyas, the vice captain of the Oman national cricket team. And he is going to be raising the bat. What a wonderful knock. 28 deliveries to achieve that milestone. And he has just got started because Oman is in for a chase.
Not a confident looking shot, but took the bottom part of the edge. Anyhow, 4 runs comes and that brings 50 for him. Brilliant knock for him.
Catch! And that's curtains. Curtains for Aqib Ilyas. Just when he'd achieved the milestone, that slog sweep has gone directly to deep mid-wicket. And he is going to be walking back. And this is going to be difficult times for Oman as the 4th wicket goes down in terms of Aqib Ilyas, the vice captain of the Oman team.
Once again, bat selection out right from the middle of the bat, but doesn't have that much power. Straight into the waiting hands of the deep mid wicket. So another dent in the Omani batting. 112 for 4 Oman. In came the man Rafiullah, whom I was talking about. This man is also one of the best smashers in the Oman national team. But things are going really away from the Oman's hand at the moment. The loss of 2 wickets, successive wicket by Zishan Maqsood of and Aqib Ilyas, captain, vice captain, followed each other together in the space of couple of deliveries.
I might be talking too soon, Jamil bhai, but if this man, Rafiullah, bats for 5 overs, just 5 overs, Oman is going to be winning this game. Such is the caliber of this man.
The bowlers do have some say also now in their hands. Schultz bowling very well, trying to bowl within the wickets, not giving near the bats, half-pitch deliveries. And this time outside the office stump and another wicket.
5 overs are way too many at the moment because on the very second delivery, Rafiullah is going to be walking back, caught behind by the wicketkeeper. And Namibia are right on top of Oman here.
Outside the office stump, full flow, they were standing and delivering, got the edge, and it was a good take by the wicketkeeper. Wicket number 5 for Oman, 112 for 5.
Pose it. Two. Today I heard. Today I heard. Oh, you heard it. Yes, yes. Middle.
So in came Nadeem at a very, very crucial stage for Oman. Half of the team back into the dugout. A daunting task ahead. 12 runs, more than 12 runs, and over is the run squad.
The very experienced Mohammad Nadeem.
Schultz got 2 wickets in this over, and what a brilliant spell from him, getting rid of captain, vice captain in the fashion of 1 over.
Shot, cut well. There is a sweeper in protection of that. So with that single, it's 12 overs gone, 114 for the loss of half their side, Oman, and they're struggling in this massive run chase here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
Round by cap. Sorry, sir. Quick. We are not ready. Come. And come, they are not ready.
Mailan.
They are not ready.
Struggling now, 114 for 5 Oman, 12 overs gone. Erasmus, the skipper, leading the team from the front on both sides, batting and bowling as well. It's bowling to Ayan. Smashed it towards the sweeper. Got a single. Now things looks to be very, very difficult now. And incoming, Wagle, what the time to come in. Oman is almost half team back into the dugout.
Yes, most certainly it's a high run chase. The pressure of a high run chase. 98 runs needed and 47 deliveries. A shade over 12 and a half runs per over is the effort that's required from both these two batters at the moment. Lucky runs here. There will be runs. At least a single. A little bit of twitch from the leg of Nadeem. Now, Nadeem can certainly hit the long ball. It's going to be a question of whether Ayan Khan can adapt to the situation. You've always seen Ayan Khan batting himself into an innings, not going for the onslaught. The moment you talk about an onslaught, he skies the delivery, he skies the ball, and into the hands of the waiting fielder behind the stumps at short third man as a matter of fact, and Ayan Khan perishes. Captain Gerard Erasmus picks up his first wicket for the day.
Well, this is what the pressure is on after giving a chance of 200 plus runs to be chased. Look at that, outside the off stump, doesn't quite hold of it, took the bottom of the bat straight to the waiting hat at the cover point. So the wicket number 6 gone for Oman, 116 for 6.
Out walks Mehran Khan. Plenty of big hitting all-rounders in this Oman team setup. Mehran Khan is one of them. He's had a good day with the ball. Of course, he went for a few runs later on in that spell of his. At the moment, it's a different task that is required of him, and that's to go all guns blazing from the ball go. 116 for 6 at the moment, Oman.
Things didn't go right in the favor of Oman right from the onset. Fielding first of all, totally pathetic fielding by them, dropped more than 6 catches. And then, of course, the bowling was not up to the mark except Akib Ilyas. Otherwise, all the balls have been not on the target. They were hit badly by the batters of Namibia. Down the leg side it is. So 1 run came from the bat. Surprisingly, I saw Fiaz Bhatt was hit almost 50 runs. Samesh Srivastava 24 in 1 over. And 32 runs in the over of Fiaz Bhatt, the mainstay of Oman's bowling. Kalimullah too, who didn't fare well today.
The story would have been different had those catches been taken early on in that batting performance of Namibia. Tries to go for the big shot towards the leg side. Once again, Nadeem is stranded this time halfway down the wicket. Luckily, he's going to make it back in time. So an end to the over, successful over that for Gerard Erasmus. He's bowled 3, 15 for 1 is what his spells read like. 13 overs gone, 118 for 6.
Namibia has really come up strongly after losing 2-1, then strongly came back in the last match. And today they are dominating the 5th and the final match of this Dafa News T20 International Series between Oman and Namibia. And what a simple run out. Soft dismissal for Nadeem. And once again it's Schultz who bowled outside the off stump, got the better edge and straight on the waiting hands of the slip.
Finally finding some form here, Bernard Schultz. He started the series off on a high, and in the very last game he's managing to get that drift and turn here for Mohammad Nadeem, against Mohammad Nadeem, and that will succeed in Namibia plucking the 7th wicket for this afternoon. And Mohammad Nadeem will have to walk back. 3rd wicket for Bernard Schultz into his 3rd over. 13 overs, 1 delivery gone, 118 for 7.
Okay, batter in, batter in.
Looks like absolute genius. Yeah. Nicking Oaks off in the 14th over.
Middle.
At the moment, the batters, as in Urdu or in Hindi, you would say, "Tu chal main aaya," for Oman.
Wilco say. Okay, absolutely.
Jamil bhai enjoyed that quite a bit.
Yes, no, nice time, spot on.
Yeah, but then jokes apart, I think this has been a dismal performance. They're just folding like a pack of cards here. Oman, 118 for 7. Just that early fight between Akib Ilyas and Naseem Khushi. What a ball this is. And Bernard Schultz is on fire. This is the next wicket. Fiaz Bhatt has been dismissed, and he's been castled by a beauty of a delivery by Bernard Schultz. 8th wicket falls for Oman. And have a look at that. Once again, drifting into the right-hander. It was a good length delivery. Little bit back of length though. And makes no mistake, the ball just drifts on straighter towards the right-hander, resulting in Ahmed Fayaz Bhatt just playing all over himself. 8th wicket falls, 118 for 8 Oman.
Yeah. Sorry, Murph.
Samesh Srivastav, the new batter and in a spot of border Oman. And certainly not a very happy side for the Oman supporters here, including the Combox. Pranav Mehta joins me.
Thank you. Thank you, Amin. Tough times for Oman. They've lost wickets in a flurry. Just when they were looking really good in this run chase, they've lost a lot of wickets for their likings. Scholes on hat-trick. And well defended by Samesh Srivastava, the man who's known for his leg spin. And it's a day that he would like to forget. 24 runs that he leaked in that sole over of his, which came from the Oman tail end.
Make no mistake, Mehran Khan can bat, and so can Samesh Srivastav be a handy contributor to any contribution that comes off the bat of Mehran Khan. Opens on a lot of occasions, especially for his domestic side.
The question is whether he will look to continue going in the attempt to achieve that run chase, or will he play second fiddle and just go into his shell to get Oman to a respectable total. What do you think, Amin?
Well, as a personal opinion, it would probably be to go down fighting.
It doesn't look like at the moment. They've lost way too many wickets for their liking. 120 for 8. They were 100 for 1. So 20 runs and 7 wickets. Happy to be just rotating the strike at the moment against the likes of Scholes, who's unplayable at the moment. 14 overs gone, 121 for the loss of 8 wickets, Oman, and they're in trouble. Mehran Khan and Samesh Srivastava, 6 overs, 36 balls. And look at the required runs, 92 of them. The required run rate just over 15. Both of these batters of Oman can bat. Struck straight down the ground, and a diving effort at mid-off will keep it down to 2. Good running between the wickets by Samay and Mehran. Certainly saved a boundary there.
Yes, of course, you'll always find a little bit of effort here from these Namibian fielders. The captain Gerard Erasmus on this occasion. And Samesh Srivastav and Mehran Khan both can be a handy bat now. And at the same time, this is something that they really want to prove to the team management at this point in time. And that is that they deserve a spot in the squad due to their skills. They will not go down easily. They have to go down fighting. And that's what's going to make that important statement out there in that team management meeting and in that dressing room, securing their spot in the side, securing their spot on that plane or a seat on that plane that's heading to the Caribbean and the US for the T20 World Cup.
Samesh Srivastava, the man who was, I believe, the man of the match of the D50 finale, the domestic 50, got his side out of a lot of trouble on a day which assisted the pace bowlers, overcast conditions. And today, it's trouble times for Oman. And such a special knock is required that can see Oman through, which looks really slim.
On the other hand, Namibia have been impressive, especially those bowling changes that they've brought about have been absolutely spot on. They've brought in the swing bowlers at the right time. They brought in the medium pacers at the right time. Once again, tries to go for a big swing down the leg side, and Tanjin Lungamini has been straying down the leg of the right-handed batters far too often. But coming back to the bowling changes of Namibia, they brought in Bernard Scholz at the right time, and then he's responded with those quick wickets. Of course, a little bit of luck as well, where Aqib Ilyas nearly sold Naseem Kushi down the river. That freak run out once again, drifting down leg. He's wavered at the moment. He's trying to avoid that big swing that Mehran Khan has on offer towards the leg side.
I really feel that it was Naseem Kushi. It was his mistake. It was fairly suicidal. The way he was striking was second to none for a moment. Rather, for almost halfway through the second innings, I believed that Oman could chase it down with the way Naseem Kushi and Aqib Ilyas were batting. And ever since their departure, everybody's looked very ordinary. Of the inside edge of Mehran Khan's bat. Runs coming really slow at the moment. And the required rate is consistently going up.
At some point in time, both these batters will start to give that pressure, will take a toll on the intentions of both these two batters.
Something that I've liked from the Namibian side is their plan and the way they have executed it. They've pushed the Oman batters to hit towards the longer boundary. You would see that 4 fielders on the leg side when the bowling is from the Oman LNG end, which is the longer side. And when the bowling is happening from the Oman tail end, they've been pushing the ball really wide outside the off stump and forcing the batter to drag it from way outside the off stump towards the leg side if they want to hit for a maximum. In the block hole. This is brilliant bowling. I've been really impressed by the skills of this left arm pacer Lungamini. The man of the match of the first match, if I'm not making a mistake, and ever since he's never looked back. Bowls a really tight line, and on a day when the bowlers have gone for a plenty, he's been fairly economical. And he's got the prize wicket of the captain, Zishan Maqsood, if I'm not making a mistake there as well.
Another wide on the very last delivery of the over. It's turning out to be quite a lengthy over in terms of the time taken. And it'll obviously take its toll. It's towards the tad bit end of the afternoon session here. The sun's going down, but it's still very hot and humid out there.
And I'll tell you what, the main reason why I've been really impressed by this Namibian side is because of the plan, the way they have stuck to the plan. The reason for those wides were he was looking to hold on to the pads of the right-handed batter. Whether it was Mehran, whether it was Samai. 15 overs gone, 132 for 8, and Oman are struggling here.
Okay, guys, come.
Let's go, bud!
Gets a 4th over now. Bernard Scholz in the hunt. Plays him off the back foot. Down the ground. David Wiese is out there to protect a boundary. It's only a single for Samesh Srivastav. Now Mehran Khan will have to do a little bit of good scoring here. Just singles and doubles are not going to work out because the role that he has cemented for himself in that squad is that of a shot maker. And I really like this intent. It's fine Of course, they're going to go down in this match from here onwards, but if they go down, they need to go down fighting. 17 runs and over is still an achievable task if you've got the shots in you.
Oh, Barry.
Shots in you, I agree, but it's against the bowler who's picked up 4 valuable wickets of the Oman team. I don't think that it's a very wise option to go after Bernard Scholes, especially with the way he's bowling. And that's exactly what Samay Srivastava is looking to do. Let's not forget these lads are fighting for their position, for that prized ticket to Caribbean. And that adds on to pressure. Defended well. Can he get a fifer with the ball to go in a spell? He deserves it. He's bowled brilliantly here at the Oman Cricket Academy. On a day when batters have dominated, Bernard Scholes has showed how to bowl on a wicket like this. Defended well by Samay Srivastava, and that's a brilliant spell from Bernard Scholes. 20 runs, 4 wickets to his name in the process. 16 overs done. 134 for the loss of 8, and Oman are way behind.
That's the story so far. The match summary. Dafa News, Oman versus Namibia T20i series. Gerard Erasmus and JP Kotsia along with Milan Kruger made sure they accumulated 212 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in their 20 overs. In response, after 16 overs, 134 for 8 is where Oman are at the moment in difficult situations. Aqib Ilyas completing his half-century, 51 in 29, but had to depart, and so did Naseem Kushi, who was unfortunately run out. Samay Srivastava, surprisingly, is the 3rd highest scorer in that run chase, 8 of 11 deliveries. And Bernard Scholes has been the pick of the bowlers, 4 for 20. And of course, Gerard Erasmus as well as David Wiese, along with Tanjin Lungamini, have ensured that they pick up the rest of the wickets. Big shot towards the leg side. And yes, of course, he's been looking to do that, Mehran Khan. And that's to play it off his hips. And he's absolutely effective on this occasion, as well as most occasions whenever he gets it right. So a boundary now, trying to break the shackles, Mehran Khan.
He's a massive striker of the cricket ball. Mehran Khan, no two thoughts about it. Does it have in his pocket to score just below 20 runs per over? Especially when there are just 2 wickets in hand. David Wiese is bowling from the Oman LNG end. And it is Samay Srivastava who is partnering Mehran Khan here. So 5 runs of the first 2 deliveries. They need a lot here. 74 of 22 deliveries. And this is the all-important finale, the 5th T20i between Oman and Namibia. The decider. The series stands at 2 apiece. And Namibia, considering the way this 5th T20i has gone, are way ahead. Swung well in, and it's going to be falling just short of the captain at long on, Gerard Erasmus.
Yes,
So
sir.
they're looking for the runs here.
Certainly looking for the runs here, and it's going to be more often than not from the bat of Mehran Khan. And like I said earlier, that he's got a point to prove at the moment, and that's that he can score, he can prove to be a handy all-rounder. They can consider him as a batting all-rounder more than a bowling all-rounder. Down the ground, of course, once again, Captain Gerard Erasmus will be in action. Only a single. A few big hits will only make sure that Oman sign off from this tournament on a good note. At the same time, Namibia wouldn't want to waste a lot more time out here. Of course, they are in a commanding position at the moment, but then they would want to be doing this in a very convincing way, and that's to close out and finish a game.
Looking for a big one is Samay Srivastava. And believe he has no timber in his hand at the moment that is connecting with the ball. That is the class of David Wiese. Right in the block hole, no chance whatsoever for the young talent who's known for his wrist spin. Samay Srivastava.
Last ball of the over. Short. And of course, not negotiated well by Samay Srivastav. It sails back to the keeper. So a dot ball to end the over. And the third one for David Wiese, as a matter of fact. 17 gone, 141 for 8.
Mehran Khan looking to strike it well, and wonderful fielding by David Wiese. Believe there was an opportunity. There's an interesting field. There's a really short straight mid on, and there is a long on in place as well.
Yeah, they're trying a few tactics here at the moment, the Namibians, because they do know that, of course, the game's well done and dusted from this stage onwards. More often than not, you would expect yourself to win the game. That unorthodox field is now being just overhauled at the moment. It's come down to short mid-wicket. Tries to get a little bit of bounce off the pitch. Once again, no run here from Samay Srivastav.
This is really interesting because there's a short third, there's a sweeper which is really square for a spinner. Samay will get off strike, and then there is a cover, there's a long off, so 4 fielders on the offside. So if you can get it over that fielder at covers, and there's a change in field for Mehran. So there's a short third, backward point, there's a straighter sweeper, and long off. So 4 fielders on the offside and 5 on the leg side, which includes a shot mid-on.
Big shout, and of course the umpire will raise his finger. So a little bit of mind games here from Captain Gerard Erasmus will result in the perish of Mehran Khan, who will walk his way back to the pavilion.
Gerard Erasmus is bowling just like a pacer, slow medium pacer, shooting it in, firing it in, into the pads of shuffling Mehran Khan. And ever since it impacted his pads, it was only a matter of time that Rahul Ashar had to raise his finger over a period of time. So trouble continues for Oman, 143 for the loss of 9 wickets, and it's only a matter of time here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
Kalimullah, the new man in. And what a strike that is down the ground. He just rocketed that all throughout down the ground, tearing apart that quick outfield at the Oman Cricket Academy. Kalimullah just announcing himself in style out there in the middle.
So the man who had taken a lot of beating in the first innings with the ball in his hand is showcasing how it's done with the bat. Here at the Oman Cricket Academy, Kalimullah, the tall, lanky Kalimullah, loves to hit a long ball, and on this occasion he will get off strike with a single. So that's a wonderful over and a brilliant spell from Gerard Erasmus. 22, just 22 runs of it and 2 prize wickets. 148 for 9 with 2 overs to go, Oman.
Middle.
Brussels. He's going to come into the attack from the Oman LNG end. Wide from the arc of Kalimullah, and he will get off strike with the bottom edge of the long levers of Kalimullah. 64 required of 11. Mathematically still possible. Just look at that required run rate, 34.91.
That is good stuff here. Bringing in Jack Brussel. Young lad, but we're wanting a little bit of confidence behind him going away from this tour. A wicket or two here, or just a wicket that's remaining out here will only be a big, big confidence booster. You did say mathematically possible. Now it's mathematically impossible. 37.8 is the asking rate, or rather 63 runs in 10 deliveries. Even a 6 every ball would not cut it. Edged, and of course that's game, set and match here for the Namibians. Kalimullah finally perishing, and Oman are all out on 150 at the end of 18.2 overs. Jack Brussel finally getting a wicket to his name out here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Namibia have completed an emphatic victory on this occasion.
If anybody would have said that Oman is going down by 62 runs when they have accumulated 150 on the board, yes, that's just mere formalities. The final wicket of the Omani ranks. As a fan, you wouldn't believe it, considering the kind of bowling attack that Oman possesses. And with the field of Oman cricket, which has an average score of 170, 175. But such as the conditions in this finale, the 5th T20i between Oman and Namibia, which is clinched by Namibia 3-2 in their favor. What a wonderful performance. The first one was in favor of Namibia. Oman came back with 2 wins in a row. Namibia winning the 4th game to square it off. And the final one goes in the pocket of Namibia to win the series away from home. So congratulations to the Namibian side and their fan base for this wonderful series here at the Oman Cricket.
Absolutely delightful scenes, and all the matches have been absolutely delightful for either of the teams whenever they have managed to make a performance or two here, backed by their bowlers in the initial part of the series. Namibia picked up that first win of the series. But then more about that later. At the moment, Dafa News, Oman versus Namibia T20i series, the final T20i. Kashyap Kumar Prajapati going early. Naseem Khushi and Aqib Ilyas in that high, heavy pressure run chase. 49 for Naseem Khushi and Aqib Ilyas 51. They both perished, and after that it was just a very, very dismal performance. Zishan Maqsood, Ayan Khan, Rafiullah, as well as Mohammad Nadeem all going for single digits. Mehran Khan tried to hang out a little bit more, but then was taken by Gerard Erasmus. Fayaz Bhatt going for a duck. Beauty of a delivery by Bernard Scholes. Samesh Srivastav did a little bit of hitting, had a little bit of fun out there. Kalimullah struck a boundary, but then was the last man to dismiss.
If you're talking about the bowling card, it was the spinners who did the majority of the damage. 6 wickets in tandem for them. Gerard Erasmus, who opened the bowling, 4 overs, 22 runs and 2 wickets. That economy of 5.5 would certainly help when the required run rate was in excess of 11. And 4 for 20 for Bernard Scholes with an economy of 5. Wickets apiece for David Wiese, Jack Brussel, and the bowler of the series, bowler of the tournament for Namibia, Tanjini Lungamini. 12 extras did help, but Oman was always going to be falling short of that massive mammoth run chase set by Namibia.
Here's a look at how things progressed. Of course, there was some early hitting there by Naseem Khushi, and fireworks are always expected whenever this right-handed, tall, lanky right-handed batter is out there in the middle. David Wiese picked up the very first wicket. Kashyap Kumar Prajapati, he had to depart for just 2, whereas Trumpelman and Aqib Ilyas was on fire against Trumpelman. David Wiese was also not spared against Aqib Ilyas. Naseem Khushi and Aqib Ilyas made sure that they collected plenty of runs at a moment where that partnership was going too strong. What a beautiful pickup shot that was from the bat of Naseem Khushi. He even hit a few towering sixes, charging down the track on many occasions. Tanjin Lungamini got a little bit of treatment as well. Russell, of course, was expensive in the couple of overs that he bowled. He did pick up a wicket on of the very last over. Outwalked Gerard Erasmus, and this is where things turned for Oman. There was a big run-out dismissal here, where Naseem Khushi was left stranded at the non-strikers end. Aqib Ilyas not interested to take a run. Zishan Maqsood came in, hit a boundary, but then finally perishing to Tanjini Lungamini for the second time this series, as far as I can remember. And then out walked another Omani batter towards the pavilion, and this time it was Aqib Ilyas who did not add on to whatever he had scored so far, other than the half century that he made. Wickets kept falling at regular intervals. Ayan Khan on this occasion, another single-digit score. Mohammad Nadeem then went to some bowling, good bowling by Bernard Schultz, who was on fire, took the second back-to-back wicket, and this time it was off
So wickets
Ahmad Fayaz, but a boundary by Kalimullah, but then he edged it back to the keeper. At the end of the day, of course, that last wicket completed the rout of the Oman batting lineup by Namibia.
So that's the match summary. The fun news: Oman versus Namibia, 5-match T20i series here at Oman. Namibia batting first, scoring 212 runs for the loss of 3 wickets, courtesy of some brilliant batting from Gerard Erasmus, the captain, 64 of 29. Obviously, it was initially started by JP Kodze, 48 of 37, and Malan Kruger, 45 of 28. Wickets, couple of wickets for Aqib Ilyas and a wicket for Mehran in moderation. Oman, 150 all out. Aqib Ilyas, yes, getting 51. Naseem Khushi getting 49, but nobody else was able to contribute, and hence the collapse. Spinners picking up the wickets for Namibia. Bernard Scholes getting 4, Gerard Erasmus getting 2, and Namibia have won the 5th and final T20i match by 62 runs. We'll take a short break before we head into the final match presentation here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1. Time for the post-match presentation from Oman Cricket Academy ground, Muscat, for the Dafa News T20 International Series played between Namibia and Oman. Today was the 5th game, and it was a 3-2 victory for Namibia. First, we will go for the Man of the Match award. It was none other than the captain of Namibia. Once again, it is Gerard Erasmus. Can you please come up? Collect your medallion from Mr. Wendell Lebroy. A smiling captain. Fantastic win. Came back from 2-1 to 3-2 now. How you'll be feeling now?
Yeah, it was obviously a tough position we were in, going 2-1 down and it being a big loss after the third game. So to turn that around with a very young squad and a few guys that haven't played many games is an absolutely fantastic result and a fantastic experience for all the squad members to be a part of. And yeah, also the senior players had to step up throughout these last 2 games, and luckily we did.
Well, right, from first 3 games, the batting was not clicking up, and then it was Kodze who came up with the blistering knot of 78 in the last 4th match. And today Kruger came up with a fantastic batting as well. And you were all through the tournament. You batted, fielded, and bowled well, extremely well. How you feel about Kruger? He came back from no run and come to at the right time.
Yeah, we've got a fair few guys up at the top now that are vying for those spots. So it puts good competition in and amongst the guys. We've got obviously Van Lingen and Daven back home who couldn't be here, and now these 2 that are putting their hands up. So that's all very healthy competition in the squad. Very happy for them all to have performed well. And as you say, Kotze leading from the front there in the 4th game, that I felt sort of changed a little bit of the momentum of the series with him knocking it in that power play. And then in this last game again, Kotze and Kruger putting up some momentum for us in the start. So very glad for those guys. But yeah, as I say, it's a healthy competition in amongst the batters to have, and not a bad problem to have.
Congratulations, Rasmus, for this fantastic performance, beating Oman in Oman at 3-2. Looking you for the World Cup. All the best for the World Cup for you.
Thank you, thank you.
Zishan Maksud, the captain of the losing time. Please come. Zishan, looking back at the team performance, you can go. It is totally not up to the standard as Oman for 3-2 loss to Namibia. First 2 games you win, and then they came back strongly. Where do you feel the fault lies?
Yeah, definitely Namibia played very well last 2 games, and they came up. They came back strong because I think the worst point is to us is the fielding. We have dropped so many catches, and then the bowling. We couldn't bowl well, and we they scored 200 plus runs, which is definitely is quite difficult to chase it down in the later second half. But then batting also collapsed in the middle order. I think we didn't contribute enough to close, or we go close to the chase this total. But overall Namibia played well, so we have done so many mistakes in this game, like bowling, fielding and batting. So that is the cause for in the losing side.
Rightly so. I never saw such pathetic fielding from Oman team from ever before. Now you are heading for the big stage in Caribbeans. From here on, how you're going to recover? Of course, you are going back to the basics, and how you're going to tell your batters, especially, which is the main cause of concern.
Yeah, definitely, because it's good. We got this early before the tournament, Asian Premier, which is after 2 or 3 days going to start. So we have time. We can think, and we can sit back, and we have plenty of areas where we have to recover and sort it out our mistakes, and come back in the fielding, bowling and batting as well. So definitely we have the alarm from the this series, and so definitely with the coaches and with the teammates and the players, we'll sit and think, and we'll come back strong, and we put whatever we need, and definitely we'll come back strong.
A big tournament is coming up, the Asia Cup, in the next couple of weeks, or rather days. Hopefully you will be doing well. All the best to Oman national team. to come up good in this Asia Cup qualifiers. Thank you, Dishan. This is all from the post-match presentation from Oman Cricket Academy ground, Muscat.